Jill Smith from PBK Bank, which is a sponsor of this station, and we are glad to be a part of this hour of local radio programming. PBK Bank has been serving this area since 1906, and we are here to serve your banking needs.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive production of WPBK-FM 102.9.
When you take that field today, you've got to lay that heart on the line, man. From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows. And if you do that, we cannot lose. We may be behind on the scoreboard at the end of the game, but if you play like that, we cannot be defeated.
Starting defense, place at the table.
We're going inside them. We're going outside them. Inside them and outside them. And when we get them on the run once, we're going to keep them on the run. And we're not going to pass unless our secondary comes up too close. But don't forget, man, we're going to get them on the run. We're going to go, 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 go. And we aren't going to stop until we go to that goal line. Don't forget, man, today's the day we're going to win.
Let's get it on!
It's time now for high school football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall on Maple Avenue in Danville. The game is also brought to you by AGE Engineering, engineering Kentucky's future. By Angie Doolin, candidate for Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk. By Animal Care Center, offering comprehensive veterinary care for the total well-being of your pet. By Bluegrass Drugstore, your health is their priority. By Bluegrass Feed and Supply, local family-owned, community-oriented feed and supply store. By Builder Supply, your do-it-best center. By Carol Hill, attorney at law in Stanford. By Cedar Creek Dental and Lincoln Plaza Shopping Center. By Coleman's Drugstore and Deli, a Health Mart Pharmacy. By Cornerstone Realty and Auction, your local real estate experts. By Dalton Miller, Stanford Mayor. By David Gambrell, candidate for Lincoln County PBA. By Durham's Grocery, large enough to accommodate, small enough to appreciate. By Fox and Trent Funeral Home, your friends in funeral service. By Guardian Exterminating and Be Green Lawn Care, guarding your home, business, and the environment. By Inter-County Energy Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. By Irvin Group Realty and Auctioneers, realtors and auctioneers since 1967. By Jason Todd, State Farm Insurance Agent. By Jim Adams, Lincoln County Judge Executive. By Julian Gonder and Associates, Certified Public Accountant. By Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Sonia Bratcher, big on commitment. By Lawson Tractor and Implement, your local Kubota dealer. By Lincoln County Board of Education, every student, every classroom, every day. College, career, and citizenship ready. By Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Michaela King, big on commitment. By Lincoln County Public Library, read, search, discover, learn, grow. By Mary Adams, candidate for Lincoln County PVA. By McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company, serving our community with grace and passion. By PBK Bank, your community bank since 1906. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. By Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports. By Ricky Lane, candidate for Lincoln County School Board. By Sean Slusher, your shelter insurance agent. By Seabold Heating and Air, sales, service, and installation. By Sonny Spoonamore, Lincoln County Court Clerk. By Stanford Utilities and Waterworks, providing quality water to our area. And by Woods Adams, Lincoln County Judge Executive-elect. Tonight's game, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall, is available over the air at 102.9 FM, at WPBKFM.com, and on our smartphone apps. You can also listen while watching a video on our YouTube channel. Just search for WPBK-FM. And now to the stadium for high school football.
It's high school football Friday night lights from Somerset KY. The Lincoln County Patriots and the Southwestern Pulaski Warriors. Brad Smith alongside Dustin Oney. This game will also be available on delayed basis tonight on the YouTube live channel. That's WPBK-FM on YouTube. As soon as this game ends, you will be able to log on and watch it. But if you're tuned in now, you're doing it the old-fashioned way on 102.9, and we thank you for joining us for what sets up to be another good one here tonight. Beautiful night for football, Dustin. The Patriots and the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, a nice, beautiful new turf field Southwestern is showcasing here tonight. And you mentioned the weather, and, Brad, I think it comes to your favorite phrase is pad popping season, and fall is finally here, and it all feels right.
Pad smacking weather season is upon us for sure. Lincoln County is 3-15 all-time against Southwestern including a 34-14 loss last year at Death Valley. Lincoln County 1-4 on the season, picking up their only win last week at home against East Jessamine. No common opponents for these two teams so far this year. The Warriors are 4-0 on the season, Dustin, and they have been steamrolling people, winning by 21 points per game in those 4 games.
Southwestern has shown its dominance over the last several weeks, and their toughest game came in week 1 as far as score goes against Madison Southern, and since then, they've been running the ball like none else. They've been able to put a lot of points on the board, but also defensively, they're a force to be reckoned with.
These two teams started playing back in 1996 when Marty Jaggers was the coach, and obviously his son Josh in his first year at Lincoln County now. Josh actually played college football at Campbellsville with the head man for the Warriors, Jason Foley, so those two guys very familiar with each other, playing a little college football with one another.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship will go on between the two coaches, and obviously they battled on the field together, and now they're going to go toe-to-toe against each other coaching high school football.
Lincoln County has been a balanced attack on the season. They've averaged 205 rushing yards per game, 158 through the air. Pretty balanced attack. Southwestern, on the other hand, Dustin, loves to run the ball. They're averaging 331 yards on the ground, and their leading rusher, Tanner Wright, just shy of 600 yards on the season, averaging 10 yards per carry and 11 rushing touchdowns. The Warriors are going to try to get downhill tonight against the Patriots.
They must have grew up watching Forrest Gump, because running is is all this offense is, not all, but what this offense excels at. They're going to run, and when you think they ain't going to run no more, they're going to run some more. And, it's going to be a tough battle for Lincoln County to stop the run, because that's what this offensive identity is built on for Southwestern, and, they excel at it for a reason.
Coach Tim Estes had a chance to catch up with Coach Josh Jaggers this week and talk about tonight's big matchup. We'll hear it next. You're listening to Lincoln Football on WPBK-FM 102.9.
Danville's Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Save more during Jeep Adventure Days at Bob Allen Motor Mall. Hi, I'm John Welsh. Lease a new 22 Jeep Gladiator Sport S for only $329 a month for 42 months. $48.50 plus tax, fees, and first payment due at signing. 10,000 miles per year. Stock C22690. Bob Allen Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
Lincoln Football Pregame Show, presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports.
Hey, it's Heather Brown from Dr. Andy Powell's new privately owned dental practice located in Lincoln Plaza, Cedar Creek Dental. Dr. Powell has served Lincoln County for over 6 years and is excited to continue to provide excellent state-of-the-art care for our community. We offer early morning and evening appointments to accommodate all schedules. At Cedar Creek Dental, Dr. Powell, Heather, Sarah, Jess, and Priscilla are committed to providing a simple, safe, pleasant, and enjoyable experience. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Coach Josh Jaggers joins us before Lincoln County in the reservation tonight, taking on Southwestern. But before we talk about Southwestern, Coach, let's talk about your first win as the Patriots head coach. A lot of good things happened last week. 8 tackles for loss. 2 of the sacks were 10-plus yards of lost yardage. Only 1 turnover, and that was on a tip pass that resulted in the pick 6. And then a rusher for over 100 yards, 2 rushers with Horton and Phillips, and your first win as a head coach here at Lincoln County. Talk about the game.
It was a fun game to be part of, needless to say. I was just happy to see us, we started clicking, on both sides of the ball, and then even special teams. Connor had that punt return that he took back to the house as well. So I'm just proud to see the boys get to reap the rewards from the hard work that they put in. And, this is a week-by-week thing, but whether good, bad, or indifferent, we give about 24 hours and put it behind us, but I'm glad for 24 hours they got to celebrate.
Lincoln County won over East Jessamine 42-13. And you got on the board first. Sawyer Horton had a 1-yard run. Sawyer Horton had a 7-yard run. Colby Town's PAT was good on both of those. Elin Lane had a 3-yard rush to put you up 20-7. The PAT was blocked on that one. And then you mentioned Connor Davis. He had a 52-yard punt return, 28-7 after the 2-point conversion was good. That's the way it stood at halftime. A much better halftime talk this week than in the past. But what did you tell the kids at the half?
Just the old cliche, 0-0. Don't let up, because that's how it is. This was a little bit before the Sunday of the Wild NFL. But in this day and age, 2-3 touchdown leads are nothing. All it takes is a couple mishaps here or there, and the next thing you know, you've gone from being up 14 or 21 to being tied. So just went out there with that mentality of just come back out, start from scratch, play like you're down. And we didn't really have to tell them anything. The boys were saying that. They came in here at halftime. The preacher went, not let up, don't take anything for granted, 0-0. So it was, that's the thing that goes on behind closed doors that we get to see as coaches, and the players get to see being around one another. But the general public doesn't get to see, but the leadership that's going on amongst the team. Amongst some of your older kids and even some of our younger kids that are stepping up. Just little things that are nice to see every day. But, yeah, that's pretty much the halftime talk was just go back out, start from scratch. You got 24 minutes. Anything can happen. You see scores all the time where so-and-so's up. Next thing you know, they get beat. Don't let that be us.
You had 2 scores in the second half. Micah Phillips on an 8-yard rush made it 36-7, and then Sawyer Horton had the final score to make it 42-13 on the 5-yard rush. And, Coach, just overall, you got to talk about your defense. Holding the team to 13 points. And listen to this stat. This is the one that jumped out at me. 16 carries for minus 23 yards. You don't see hardly any high school team go in the minus. And I know sacks and things are added into that, but that says a lot for your defense. It does, and they had a great week of practice, and Coach Berline does a great job with those guys and assistant coaches in their positions. We had one of the best weeks of practice that we have had all year long against these Jetsmen, and we actually did leading up to the Bell County game too, and just getting the guys just to do their jobs. Do your job. Don't worry about making a play for somebody else. You do your job. And just reading their keys and reading, reacting. And we use those, as a saying in The Patriot, the movie, at the very beginning when Mel Gibson's telling his son, aim small, miss small. And that's kind of how we treat it defensively. Is just you got almost kind of got to have blinders on in a way, because if you try to see the whole picture, you're going to get lost in the shuffle and end up looking like a fool chasing the ball when the ball's over here and you thought it was there. So just read your keys, trust your keys, do your job, and trust that your buddies are going to do the same. But I'm proud of them. Also a great offensive night, 56 carries, 302 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 out of 11 passing for 81 yards. But Sawyer didn't have to pass the ball a whole lot because he was rushing for 121 yards. Micah Phillips, 114 yards. And look at that, Coach, 22 carries exactly each for that game. It's kind of odd to see both of them exactly 22 carries. It's funny how that works out sometimes because, and you know this, but as a coach, you're not over there tallying up, all right, well, this guy's got a touch, this guy's got a touch, this guy's got this many carries, this guy's – but sometimes it just happens like that. And those, unless you've been on the sideline and calling plays, I didn't realize that till just now. But it was – we took what they gave us. They had some talent out on the edges in their secondary, and they played us a lot of times and press man a lot of the games. And, when people play man, it's kind of feast or famine. It's you can get lucky taking a shot, or sometimes they make you pay for it. But we had the advantage up front. We really did. And that's where we kind of felt like all week long that we had the advantage up front. We just took advantage of those guys and just they led the way. But it's nice. Anytime, last week we were talking about for whatever reason why. There's a lot of people that throw for 250, 300 yards and don't always win. But if you can rush for 250, 300 yards, that usually that's the team that comes out on top. Unless you got somebody else that rushes for more. But the opposing team rushing for more. But that's what I wanted to see us do is we had yet to win the rushing battle. And we'd yet to rush for over 200 yards. We gotten close a couple times, but, anytime you can rush for over 300 yards, it almost seals the deal
more times than not.
Coach, you won it by 325 yards the other night because they had minus 23, and you were 302.
I think we did all right.
Elon Lane, 11 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Seth Horton, 1 carry for 3 yards. And then Seth had 4 receptions for 77 yards. Elon Lane, 1 reception for 4 yards. Did everybody come out okay health-wise as far as the game went with the big win over East Jessamine?
Yeah, in the varsity game, everybody's come out healthy for the most part. The odd thing is in the JV games. You know, some of these younger guys is where we've kind of become a mash unit. Been playing real well, but we got a couple guys banged up, that younger guys that we're starting to see some playing time that, you know, just little freak things. You know, so varsity-wise, we're healthy, knock on wood, and then, like I said, we got some of the younger guys that got some things that are going to keep them out 2 or 3 weeks.
Coach Josh Jaggers joins us on the Pepsi pregame show. When we return, we turn our attention to a very good Southwestern team, undefeated on the season. We'll return after this. You're listening to Lincoln Football on WPBK-FM 102.9.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. Like, maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Lincoln Football Pregame Show, presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction in Lancaster will make your dreams come true. Broker and owner Deonica Asbury and her team are ready to help you reach the real estate finish line. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or selling your existing home, navigating real estate can be tough. Let Cornerstone Realty and Auction make it easy. Specializing in Garrett, Lincoln, and surrounding counties, they're your local real estate experts. Cornerstone Realty and Auction, 859-329-8193.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
The Pepsi pregame show with Coach Josh Jaggers as the Lincoln County Patriots are on the reservation tonight. That's what they call their home field. Just like we have Death Valley, they have the reservation. They're 4-0 on the season, getting a win over Madison Southern, West Jessamine, Simon Kenton, and Mercer County. They've already had their open week. Lincoln's open week, by the way, will be next week. They're rushing for 331 yards a game, passing for 143. And, Coach, you said it in our last segment, the team that rushes for 250 or better usually wins the game. They've shown that in every game this year.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they're just a machine, really. I mean, they're going to line up and go right at you. They'll get in the bone. They look a lot like us, really. They'll spread you out to run it. They'll pack you in tight to run it. And then when if they feel like they can throw it around on you and take what's there, they'll do just that. And you're going. I mean, a lot of the same sets they do, we do, and vice versa. But yeah, they're gonna run the ball. You know, they make their living out of doing that. You know, their head coach, Jason Foley, Coach Foley, and I, we actually played together at Campbellsville and have coached against one another twice, 2 different times. When he was at Taylor and I was at LaRue, and we split. We won a game, and then they got us the next year. But you know, him being a former running back, they're going to line up and get after it. And you know, there's big bodies up front, backs get downhill. And, you know, it's going to be just that. Who wins?
Who's rushed for 592 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's averaging 148. But don't forget about number 29, Christian Walden. He's had 37 carries for 370 yards and averaging 92 yards per game. So those 2 running backs are someone you got to watch for.
Yeah, both of them. They kind of remind you of the guys from Bell County as far as one. How they look in uniform, but then also the way. And then Burton at quarterback, you know, he does a good job just taking what's there as far as the easy stuff. If they got a mismatch that they like, where they can throw a fade route or a vertical shot, they'll do that. But if people are playing off, they're not afraid to just throw hitches, slants, and quick stuff, quick outs all night long. So. Yeah, right. He reminds the guy. I can see him running still. Probably everybody can, but the running back from Bell County, Cole. Was it Cole? I guess that's what it was. They remind me an awful lot of one another as far as the things that they do. Wright's actually probably a little bit bigger, maybe not as explosive as Cole, if at least looking on film. I mean, give or take. I mean, they're kind of like watching the same guy. So. They're going to come right at us, and that's what we've been preaching all week long, is just being the most physical team and at point of attack, attacking them. Don't let them attack us. Be the hammer, don't be the nail.
You mentioned the quarterback, Colin Burton. He's 28 out of 39 for 455 yards and 2 touchdowns. We know that they're going to run the ball, but at the same time, Coach, you can't forget about the pass because they'll probably do a lot of play action, do some blast pass or some power pass or something like that. They like to throw it out of the play action.
They do. They like throwing it out of play action, whether they're in the bone or whether they're in their two-back gun sets, kind of like we do. And, they'll run some bootlegs. And you said it, just play action passes. Or, a lot of if they do any drop-back stuff, it's just 1, 2, 3 throw, throwing hitches, throwing slants, throwing quick outs. And if they got a mismatch that they like on the outside, sometimes they'll just take a shot and let it fly. But, they obviously want to line up and just try to run over you. And so far this year, first 4 games, they've been pretty successful doing that to people.
Coach, when we talk about passing, favorite receiver is Mason Hibbard, as he has 185 yards receiving, 1 touchdown on receiving, and also Caden Cunningham, he has 149 yards. So you've got to worry about number 5 and number 6 on the passing game. Yeah, the Hibbard kid, he's their vertical guy. In the last game against I think it was Mercer, they kind of got a mismatch they liked on a corner of Mercer's, and it wasn't anything fancy about it. It was just run past this guy and go get it, and he took off and went and got it. So, but he's their deep shot guy. And the other 2, they like just running some quick stuff with, or they'll be their bootleg guys, or they're running drags and things of that nature. But Hibbard can go get it. He'll take off with it. He's a longer kind of kid, so sometimes they'll move him around a little bit just to try to find a mismatch on a certain corner that they like. Doesn't have a lot of pass receptions, but when they take a shot with him, they take shots with him. Coach, we've seen a lot of teams this year just line up and go for 2 after the touchdowns. What about Southwestern as far as their kicking game goes? Do they have a capable extra point kicker? Have you seen them line up for going for 2? I mean, it seems like a lot of teams are doing that.
Yeah, they'll do both. I mean, people, I think, are just kind of realizing that having a kicker is great. Don't get me wrong. But you can go 50% from 2-point conversions, and it'd be the same as 100% from PAT, and you're not really having to work on anything. No, I mean, PAT takes a lot of time. It takes it takes from the snap to the hold to the blocking. I mean, it just takes, and it's also one of those things that where, it's hard to, because you're packed in there so tight, it's hard to practice it live without taking a risk because of just the way that the linemen are stepping. So then you get into, okay, well, if we can't do it live, do we need to do it? So I think a lot of people are just starting to figure out that, let's just, if we drove down the field 80 yards, let's take our chances on getting there 2.5 or 3, and more times than not, it pays off. So they'll line up and go for 2 for sure. That's not going to be anything. It's not going to be a surprise this year because, like you said, other people have done it and they like doing it as well.
One more segment with head coach Josh Jaggers on the Pepsi pregame show. The Patriots taking on the Southwestern Warriors on WPBK FM 102.9.
It's me, Deputy Fife again, and I'm getting ready for the big game this weekend. You know who's missing the action? The folks at Bluegrass Drugstore. Well, they're so busy because folks keep heading there for the flu shots they need this year. Don't you miss the game or miss visiting Bluegrass Drugstore if you need a flu shot. I'll be at the game, watching the action. I mean working. Yeah, working. Just like those folks at Bluegrass Drugstore off North 127 Bypass in Danville.
Lincoln Football Pregame Show, presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports.
Did you know that when you buy a vehicle in another county, your registration and taxes likely stay in that county? Did you know that you can request that your registration and taxes go to Lincoln County? It doesn't matter where you get your vehicle, just ask that the taxes are paid to Lincoln County. Your Lincoln County clerk, Sonny Spoonamore, reminds you to keep it local. For more information, call the clerk's office at 365-4570.
Seabold Heating and Air provides the heating and air services you need. Heating and air repair, installation, and maintenance. Whether your current heating system needs to be replaced, repaired, or simply needs maintenance, Seabold Heating and Air is the company to call for regularly servicing your equipment before you need emergency repairs, saving you stress and money in the long run. Seabold Heating and Air, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
The Pepsi Pregame Show continues with our final segment. Head coach Josh Jaggers of the Lincoln County Patriots taking on Southwestern tonight. Patriots 1-4, got their first win last week. Southwestern 4-0. They got a win last week over Mercer County. So, Coach, we talked offense. Let's talk a little bit about their defense. Coach Foley, you mentioned, is he an even front guy, an odd front guy? What will we see tonight?
No, they're an odd front. Coach Rogers, Levi Rogers, is down there doing the defense. Obviously, who from here and did a great job for defense here, and he does a great job there. You're going to see a lot of the same things on both sides. I mean, they're going to line up in their 3-4. They'll kick the front sometimes, and they'll kick the front and play cover 3, or sometimes they'll roll a backer down and then kick the front away and play cover 3. And then they got a handful of stunts that they do where they're going to try to get pressure on you. The biggest thing is they got some big physical bodies that are extremely aggressive with their kids, and they just get after it. They keep it simple for them, much like we're doing, gotten back to doing defensively and even offensively. But their kids, they do a real good job of just attacking. Going back to what I said earlier, don't be the hammer, don't be the nail. And they've got their corners will press you. They'll mix it up sometimes in their coverages as far as they'll show too high and they'll play off, but then sometimes they'll get up on you and say, here I am, do something. So we got our hands full, but I think that we're going to be able to do some things that's going to make them have their hands full as well.
Coach, in some other team games, there are ways to scheme against one really good player or something like that. You can put some type of a funky defense in basketball if they got a really one good player. In the past, we've seen some of the teams have a really, really good defensive end or a really, really good linebacker.
Yep.
It's hard to scheme against one really good player. They're going to make plays pretty much everywhere they go. Has there been a standout for Southwestern that you've noticed that, hey, you guys better watch it? Is it a linebacker, defensive end, anybody particular that really worries you?
Both linebackers are extremely, extremely good, and their nose guard is just an absolute animal. He can flat play, and then they've got a defensive end or forward defensive tackle, depending on what you want to, old 50 front. Defensive ends were defensive ends, but now in 3-4, the defensive ends are outside linebackers, and the old school defensive tackles are now defensive ends. Yeah. So, it's just a guy like nowadays, the H-back, or that sounds a lot cooler than a blocking back, but that's what it is. An old school single wing, H-backs were blocking backs. But anyway, both inside linebackers, their nose guard is just, we got to get him blocked. I mean, he is just, He causes a lot of havoc for people. And then they've got one of their 4 techniques, defensive ends, 57, I believe is his number. He's been playing a lot more. I don't know if he was banged up earlier in the season or not, but he'll rotate in with the number 24. That's a defensive end. And last week you started seeing a lot more of 57. But their guys in the middle, they make it go like most people's.
Our Pepsi pregame show with Coach Josh Jaggers continues. And, Coach, just a couple more questions for you. I know that you've had good practices pretty much all season long. You've bragged on the kids. Even though they had some losses, you had to have a really good pep in the step coming back after getting a victory last week. How was practice this week, and how was it coming in off of a victory?
It's been good, especially with it being back to just it was crazy hot out there Tuesday and Wednesday. And then with it being cooler today, and we kind of Tuesday and Wednesday we played it safe. We didn't really go out there and beat and bang on one another quite as much, but mainly because Wednesday we couldn't go out there and do a lot because of the heat index. So we just went out in helmets. But it was good to see some pep in their step. But it's like that old Winston Churchill quote. We preached it to them after a loss, and we preached it to them the other night and this week after a game. Success is never final and failure is never fatal. So no matter what the outcome is, you got to get back to work and doing your job to be the best that you can be, because, last week's news was last week's news, and here we are again on another primetime stage with a big-time opponent, and, last week's results don't matter now.
Taking on Southwestern tonight here, Coach, on the reservation. What are the keys to the game in order for Lincoln County to come out with a win?
We got to win the battle up front. We end the physicality battle. Those are the two main things. I mean, obviously with field position and turnovers, that'd be nice to win as well. Anytime you win those, that's the key. But the point of attack, we have got to win. We've got to be able to reestablish the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And they're gonna make plays, and we're gonna make plays, but we gotta limit their big play ability, because their running backs, they're kind of a lot like Bales and some others that we've played. I mean, they get 4 or 5 yards on you and they're gone. So we just got to win the point of attack, and that's going to start up front, in the box with your defensive linemen and linebackers, and then obviously up front, the big guys up front, and then the backs blocking. But it's we're going to do like we've done every game, and from an offensive standpoint, take what they give us. I mean, if that's throwing short passes to loosen them up, to open up the run game, so be it. If that's pounding the ball to be able to open up the passing game, then so be it. But we just got to win this thing up front. That's where it's going to be won at.
And those are the thoughts of head coach Josh Jaggers. The Patriots are on the road tonight on the reservation, taking on Southwestern. This has been the pregame show presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, and when we return, it's kickoff time. Lincoln County 1-4, Southwestern 4-0. You're listening to Patriots football on WPBK FM 102.9.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! That means those pregame barbecues with an ice-cold Pepsi, totally back. Your perfectly placed football-watching corner seat, back and comfy as ever. 18 Sundays of touchdown scoring, Hail Mary throwing, ice-cold Pepsi flowing football action. You better believe it's back. And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. And when we say always, we mean always. Like when your lawn is looking less like a lawn and more like a jungle. If the game's on, then the lawnmower ain't. And those gutters you haven't cleaned? Today is not their day. Or maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans, because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability, and versatility built in. Like #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today. If you're looking for quality equipment and exceptional services provided by trained experts, visit your local Kubota dealer, Lawson Tractor and Implement in Stanford today.
The Lincoln Football Pregame Show, presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports.
While so many of us ask big questions about what happens when we die, we often forget to ask questions that will capture the way that we lived. Take time to think about the type of funeral services that you would want. Traditional? Celebratory? Will the service reflect your unique interests and personality? Contact McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company and let funeral directors Kyle McKnight and Jamie Oakes assist you in pre-planning your funeral service today. McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company, family owned and committed to serving you with dignity.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Countdown to kickoff here from the reservation. Brad Smith alongside Dustin Oney. And Dustin, it's setting up to be a big crowd in here tonight in a big-time matchup between the 1-4 Lincoln County Patriots and the 4-0 Southwestern Pulaski Warriors.
A lot of buzz happening here for Southwestern. I mean, you start out 4-0, the crowd is hyped. And then, of course, we know Lincoln County always brings a good road crowd with them or home crowd. Wherever they go, the Red Sea follows, setting up to be a great atmosphere for high school football.
Let's take a look at some season leaders for the Patriots now. Let's first look at offense. Sawyer Horton, the quarterback, completing 48% of his passes on the season. 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 788 yards. But, Dustin, during warm-ups tonight, it looked like something happened to Sawyer. And at this point, I would say he's a game-time decision in terms of if he's going to be available to play tonight.
Yeah, during warm-ups, Lincoln County went with freshman Brennan Hazlett and also Connor Davis taking snaps at quarterback. So that's going to be something to watch for Lincoln County, especially to start the game, whether your leading rusher and passer is going to be on the field tonight against Southwestern.
You're exactly right. He leads the team in passing, as we just mentioned, but he's also the leading rusher on the season, 284 yards, 4.4 yards per carry, and 6 rushing touchdowns, and that's where you really would miss him on the ground. He's been the physical runner for short yardage and goal line situations for the offense all season long.
Yeah, and it seems like when Lincoln County needs a spark, it's usually Sawyer Horton who's created that, whether it's getting the 1 or 2 yards or, finding a way to get in the end zone for Lincoln County. And, without him tonight, it's going to be difficult if that's what's going to have to be. But yeah, I mean, he's a dominant force when Lincoln County has the ball.
Micah Phillips, the senior halfback, got his first rushing touchdown of the season last week. He's 4.8 yards per carry, 247 yards. Junior Elon Lane, the third leading rusher, 154 yards, 4.3 yards per carry, and 1 touchdown. Those two young men both going to have to step up if they are without the services of Sawyer Horton here tonight.
And one thing, listening to Coach Josh Jaggers' pregame interview, he talked about this game was going to have to be won in the trenches. And, regardless of who's running it, whether it be Sawyer Horton back on the field, whether it be Phillips, or whether it be Lane, or whoever you put into play there, the offensive line is going to be so important, especially tonight against a good defensive team, that whoever gets the ball on any given call, they're going to create running lanes, and I believe any of those backs are capable of picking up enough yardage if the line of scrimmage can be won by Lincoln County.
Leading receiver on the season is number 33, Seth Horton. That's the twin brother of Sawyer. 16 catches, 319 yards, 1 touchdown. Elon Lane, the number 2 receiver, he's got 13 catches, 173 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Connor Davis has been a big part of the offense this year. His first year back playing football, Dustin. Connor has 12 catches, 148 yards, and Connor leads the team in touchdowns through the air with 3 receiving touchdowns. So Connor Davis, and then Cody Carter, there's 4 viable options. Carter with 7 catches, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. We're just highlighting Justin stepped away momentarily, highlighting that Connor Davis had been a big weapon through the air, especially in the red zone with those 3 receiving touchdowns.
I thought Lincoln County was devastated losing Clayton Davis last season, and he is missed. But when little brother Connor can step in and feel what his older brother Clayton was doing, I mean, a big kick return last week, punt return, I'm sorry, but also receiving touchdowns. He's shown some speed, very good on defense, very elusive and explosive player.
You mentioned defense. He is the number 2 tackler on the season with 31 tackles. And the number 1 tackler for the team is senior Ross Gibson, 32 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. Hunter Hanley, in big part last week, is the leading sack man, the Durham's Grocery sack man of the team now with 3.5 sacks. And Hunter was a big part of that defensive line surge last week against East Jessamine in the big win at Death Valley.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter led the charge, and, holding a team to negative 23 rushing yards, that's pretty dominant. And I thought that's what you got out of Lincoln County, led up front by Hunter. You talked about Ross Gibson, and he kind of plays that hybrid linebacker/lineman position. So, I mean, defensively, Lincoln County, you talked about the top 3 tacklers, and, I mean, up front, they do a good job.
You look at Lincoln County pulling the upset here tonight, Dustin. It's going to take things like punt returns, defensive touchdowns like we saw Jediah Henry do at Pulaski County. They're going to have to find more ways to score and to keep the Southwestern offense on the team, an offense that comes in averaging 331 yards per game on the ground and a whopping 8.3 yards per carry. Looking at that and looking at what's been the weakness for this Lincoln defense has been rush defense, where they give up 224 yards per game. That looks like it could be a recipe for something really hard to handle here tonight from the Warriors.
And it kind of leads me into our Cornerstone Realty and Auction keys to the game. I want to piggyback off what Coach Josh Jaggers said, but first, I mean, the obvious one is slow down the run. It's almost going to be hard to stop the run. I mean, I don't know if they can duplicate a minus 23 rushing performance as they did against East Jessamine, but, you know, slow down the run. The second key of the game, what I'm piggybacking off in Coach Jaggers, is win up front. You're going to lose a battle every now and then, but for the game, win up front. As Coach Jaggers said, the most physical team will win this game. Lincoln County, if you want to come away and upset in an upset form, as people are saying, win it up front. Be the most aggressive team. And then the third key and final key is avoid the wrecks. Lincoln County has had stellar drives driving up and down the fields just to cause that drive to be stalled out and wrecked by a penalty, a holding call, a sack, a missed fumble, or, you know, something to wreck that scoring drive. So if Lincoln County wants to be successful tonight, avoid getting behind the chains. If you've got 2nd and 6, that's better than 2nd and 14. You know, keep your drives going.
Lincoln County and Southwestern count down the kickoff, 3.5 minutes away. You're listening to WPBK-FM 102.9.
At PBK Bank, we put the trust in our employees and know that they are the best to help our customers with all their financial needs. This is Eric Ralston, and I'm proud to be the next CEO of PBK Bank, the People's Bank since 1906. Stop by any of our 6 locations in Stanford, Houstonville, Junction City, Danville, or Mount Vernon to talk with our great staff today. PBK Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Since 1957, Durham's Grocery at 606 Lancaster Street in Sanford has been serving Stanford and the surrounding community with a full line of groceries, fresh meats, quality produce, and a full-service deli with homemade salads. They offer money orders and are also a payment center for KU, Atmos Energy, AT&T, and more. For fast, friendly service all the way to your car, Durham's Grocery is big enough to accommodate, small enough to appreciate. That's Durham's Grocery.
The kickoff is next. Lincoln football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall on Maple Avenue in Danville. This game is also brought to you by AGE Engineering, engineering Kentucky's future. By Angie Doolin, candidate for Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk. By Animal Care Center, offering comprehensive veterinary care for the total well-being of your pet. By Bluegrass Drugstore, your health is their priority. By Bluegrass Feed and Supply, local family-owned, community-oriented feed and supply store. By Builder Supply, your do-it-best center. By Carol Hill, attorney at law in Stanford. By Cedar Creek Dental and Lincoln Plaza Shopping Center. By Coleman's Drugstore and Deli, a Health Mart Pharmacy. By Cornerstone Realty and Auction, your local real estate experts. By Dalton Miller, Stanford Mayor. By David Gambrell, candidate for Lincoln County PVA. By Durham's Grocery, large enough to accommodate, small enough to appreciate. By Fox and Friend Funeral Home, your friends in funeral service. By Guardian Exterminating and Be Green Lawn Care, guarding your home, business, and the environment. By Inter-County Energy Cooperative, your touchstone energy cooperative. By Urban Group Realty and Auctioneers, realtors and auctioneers since 1967. By Jason Todd, State Farm Insurance Agent. By Jim Adams, Lincoln County Judge Executive. By Julian Gonder and Associates, Certified Public Accountant. By Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Sonia Bratcher, big on commitment. By Lawson Tractor and Implement, your local Kubota dealer. By Lincoln County Board of Education, every student, every classroom, every day. College, career, and citizenship ready. By Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Michaela King, big on commitment. By Lincoln County Public Library, read, search, discover, learn, grow. By Mary Adams, candidate for Lincoln County PVA. By McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company, serving our community with grace and passion. By PBK Bank, your community bank since 1906. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. By Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports. By Ricky Lane, candidate for Lincoln County School Board. By Sean Slusher, your shelter insurance agent. By Seabold Heating and Air, sales, service, and installation. By Sonny Spoonamore, Lincoln County Court Clerk. By Stanford Utilities and Waterworks, providing quality water to our area. And by Woods Adams, Lincoln County Judge Executive-Elect. Stay tuned. Lincoln Football up next on WPBK-FM, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
We're ready for kickoff here at the reservation. Brad Smith alongside Dustin Oney. This game will also be available on YouTube Live on a delayed basis, so you can watch it after the conclusion of the game. Lincoln County will be going left to right on your radio dial. All white uniforms. They will be receiving the ball first. Southwestern in the blue uniforms, orange tops, similar to the Florida Gators, I think their scheme is.
How'd that go for Florida when they played a team from
Kentucky? We'll get a rematch of that here tonight.
Chomp, chomp.
Lincoln County will send 3 receivers back deep. Bradley Cole, Cody Carter, and Connor Davis, the deep backs. Southwestern set to kick off. Number 46, Caleb Moore, left-footed kicker. It's a booming line drive that will go into the end zone, and the Patriots will start with a touchback.
And here we're going to get our first opportunity to see if Sawyer Horton is able to go today.
Looks like freshman quarterback Brennan Hazlett will make his Patriot debut, as Horton was hurt in warm-ups. We don't have a lot of information to report that, other than we did seem like to be struggling with an injury over there, and it looks like he is not going to be in on this first series. Hazlett will be the man. He's a freshman. He wears number 15. He has been the quarterback of the middle school program the last season, and more than capable. He's played really well in the JV games, and what a tough spot, though, to come out against this powerhouse in Southwestern for your debut.
When you get thrown into the fire, it can make you or break you, and I believe Brennan is the type of kid that this will make him.
Wishbone formation. Hazel will turn and hand it off. Patriots will run it right up the gut. Elon Lane will stumble forward for a couple yards. That's Micah Phillips, the senior. Went over 100 yards last week for the first time in his Patriot career, and got his first touchdown on the ground last week, too, in the win over East Jessamine. It'll be 2nd down and 9, just underway here. Patriots and Warriors.
Look for Lincoln County to really try to control the clock, too, especially with Horton out. Try to limit Southwestern's offense from getting onto the field.
Patriots will stay in the wishbone, and the play clock is under 10. Hazlett under center. Turn and gives it right up the middle. A big hole opened up, quickly closed off. Elon Lane on the carry this time. His momentum will be out toward the 24-yard line. A 2-yard gain will set up 3rd down and 6 for the Patriot offense.
Now here's where it gets decisive. It's 3rd and 6, usually a passing situation. You have freshman quarterback Brennan Hazlett in. Does Coach Jaggers draw up a run play, just something safe, or you let the freshman air it out here on 3rd down?
Hazlett has thrown it well in JV, but obviously junior varsity games, a different caliber of talent and speed and age players you're going against. He'll come out in the I formation, receiver split to the right side. Hazlett will turn, handoff in the backfield, and Southwestern all over it. Phillips hit and a big loss of 5 all the way back to the 20-yard line. Will set up 4th down and 10 for Lincoln County.
Yeah, Southwestern was reading run all the way, brought the pressure, and hit Phillips as soon as he was able to take the handoff.
Horton also punts on occasion. Kobe Towns, the sophomore place kicker, punts two here tonight with soft pressure on. Towns gets it off, but it's a high, short punt that takes a bad bounce for Lincoln County. And this yards here as he shanked it, trying to avoid the rush. 2 yards with no return, and the Warriors will start 1st and 10 from the Patriot 22-yard line with 9:57 to play here in the first quarter on the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company's scoreboard.
Definitely not the start you want if you're Lincoln County. You go 3 and out, and then a punt that travels maybe 4 yards. A high pooch kick took a bad bounce.
Junior quarterback Colin Burton, he wears number 4, completes 72% of his passes, but make no mistake, this team likes to run the ball. Wright will start in the backfield with him. Man comes in motion. It's a jet sweep to the right side. Lincoln County does a good job of extending it out to the sidelines where they push Walden out of bounds. He's inside the 20, looks like marked out of bounds around the 16-yard line. He'll pick up 6. Second down and 4 for Southwestern.
That just shows how good Southwestern's run game is. Lincoln County strung it out all the way to the sideline, and still Southwestern able to pick up 7 yards.
Burton, the quarterback, sends Wright in motion. No backs in the backfield. He'll look to throw. It's a swing pass caught right at the 20. Horton comes up, can't make the tackle, and he'll walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Lincoln County had 2 chances at that, as Horton and Simmerman both were in the area, but number 5, Mason Hibbard, scores the opening touchdown for the Warriors with 9:42 to play here in the first quarter. They lead 6-0 on a 16-yard touchdown pass. Burton to Hibbard.
Easy connection there. Once you get him into open field, it was just a shimmy and shake, and he found himself wide open running into the end zone.
Caleb Moore on to kick the extra point. Left-footed kickers kick up, and it's a line drive right down the middle. It's good. 9:42 to play first quarter. Our score, Southwestern 7, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to Lincoln Football on WPBK-FM 102.9.
Do you play it safe around electricity? When I ask my parents these questions, here's their answer. Fly your kite far away from power lines or substations. The kite and the stream may conduct electricity, sending it right through you to the ground. Remind your mom or dad to watch out for power lines when they're using a ladder, chainsaw, or other outdoor equipment. This message is brought to you by Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
During the good times in life, such as a promotion or the birth of a new baby, who do you call to share in your excitement? You call a friend. During the difficult times in life, such as the loss of a loved one, who do you call for support and comfort? You call a friend. John David and Mary Benton Friend, your friends in funeral service. We also offer a full line of Monument products. Contact us anytime, 365-2670 or 379-2011.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Kickoff received by Bradley Cole back near the 10-yard line. He'll stretch it out to the left side and finally brought down right around the 20-yard line. The Angie Doolin candidate for Circuit Court Clerk kickoff. Patriots will open up on their second possession from the 21-yard line, so a 10-yard return for Cole. And freshman quarterback Brandon Hazlett will be out for his second series with the Patriots. Hibbard on that touchdown catch, Dustin, only his second TD catch of the year and only his 7th reception, so a little something new from the Warrior offense here tonight.
Yeah, seen something they liked out of that, and it worked on that drive, and I'm sure that wasn't on film a lot for Lincoln County to really dissect.
Hazlett will open from the gun. Twins to his right. He'll take the snap, handoff right up the gut. Nothing going on. Blown up quickly. Loss of 1 on the carry for Micah Phillips. Second down and long. 9:21 to play first quarter here at the reservation. The Warriors lead the Patriots 7-0.
Southwestern sending pressure right up the gut, right on the right side of the center as he snaps the ball. And so far, they're beating Lincoln County's offensive line to the backs.
Hazlett will stay in the gun. Twins to his right. Phillips in the backfield. Handoff to Phillips. He'll try to bust it out to the left and quickly swarmed again. No running room at all here early on for these Lincoln County white shirts.
No, Coach Josh Jaggers talked about in pregame, Lincoln County's going to have to be the more physical team tonight, and through the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, that's not been such. Southwestern is winning the game up front so far.
Third down and 10 now. Hazlett yet to throw a pass. 5 plays, 5 running plays for a net of 0 yards early on. Hazlett will look to throw from the gun. Looks to his left. Pressure. Now he'll scramble. Nowhere to go with it, and he's going to be sacked back at the 12-yard line. Good coverage that time by Southwestern. Nowhere to go with the ball, and the freshman quarterback wisely tucked it, Dustin, and didn't throw that up for grabs. Sack, and the special teams unit will be on to punt.
That's back-to-back 3-and-outs for Lincoln County, and you know it's different when you learn pregame that your starting quarterback's not going in there, and you take in freshman Brennan Hazlett. He's kind of thrown into the fire, minutes before the game starts, and he's got to get comfortable with it, and he will as the game goes on.
Snap back to Towns. He gets this punt off. It lands at the 39-4. Southwestern will return it from there. They'll run it off, and Walden on the return. A better punt that time, a 30-yard punt and a 10-yard return, and the Warriors will start again in great field position on the 31-yard line. They scored in 2. And now they'll be up leading 7-0 on our McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard.
Southwestern off our first drive. Of course, they got great field position, and they got it here as well. See what Lincoln County does now, because you know Southwestern's going to be a prominent run team. You buy into that and take a chance on another pass, or what is it's going to happen here on Lincoln County's second drive defensively.
Burton from the gun, twins to his right, one receiver split to the far left. Walden comes in motion, right in the backfield with Burton. It's a bad snap. It's on the ground. Lincoln's got a shot at this. Looks like the quarterback's able to jump on it. Colin Burton does recover the fumble, but he'll lose 2. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. Ball placed at the 33-yard line of Lincoln County. Hurry up offense, quickly back to the line. Burton takes the snap. Toss to right on the left. He'll run it out wide. Horton in quick, and Gibson, and he slammed down for a loss.
How about a 3 to 4 yard loss? Gibson and Horton coming in.
Good pursuit that time by the Lincoln County defense, and it's going to be 3rd and long. Warriors quickly back up to the line as Burton looks over on his sideline for a play call. He has right in the backfield, twins to each side now. 3rd down and 14. 7:03 to play here first quarter. Burton takes the snap, plenty of time to throw. Right over the middle, caught by Burton. Connor Davis comes in, great tackle at the 31-yard line. A pickup of 5, and it's going to be 4th and 10. Great open field tackle by Davis.
Nice tackle, because if Davis doesn't make that, Wright has a chance to get the first down for Southwestern, gets a shoestring tackle, held onto him and brought him down, only for a 5-yard gain. Now a 4th down situation. Looks like Southwestern is keeping the offense on the field. You get a stop here, and that'll be a big momentum gain for Lincoln County.
6:30 to play first quarter, 7-0 Southwestern, 4th down and 9. Burton will keep the offense out. Trips to the left, single coverage out there. Shotgun snap, looks to throw. He's looking right, now over the middle. Got a man streaking open, back of the end zone. It's right, touchdown. 30-yard touchdown reception in a well-designed play, just a running back wheel route, and Burton finds Tanner Wright for a touchdown on 4th down and 10 to make our score 13-0 with 6:13 to play here in the first quarter.
Wright just snuck out of the backfield there, like you mentioned, on a wheel route. Nobody on coverage, streaking down wide open. Nice pass from Burton to find it.
Well-designed play as trips to the left and right went right. Extra point attempt here for Moore is no good. Our score, 6:13 to play first quarter. Lincoln County trails 13-0. You're listening to Patriot Football on WPBK-FM 102.9.
Patriots, this is Woods Adams, Lincoln County's next judge executive. I wanted to take this time to wish the Lincoln County Patriot football team the best of luck on a successful season. I also wanted to take the time to give thanks to everyone that supported me and my family during this past primary election. Being a part of a community where pride and tradition of each town intermingle to become Lincoln County is truly something special. To be trusted and supported by the same community in which I was raised is a huge honor, and I look forward to serving the people of Lincoln County. Again, this is Woods Adams. Thank you, Lincoln County. Now let's go, Patriots.
As all our Patriots are gearing up for their fall seasons, let us at Bluegrass Feed and Supply help you get ready for yours. We also carry deer corn and attractants by Evolved Habitats, Lucky Buck, and others to help you become more successful in the outdoors this fall. Stop in and see us at Bluegrass Feed and Supply, 150 Jeffries Lane, Houstonville, and check out our large amount of inventory online at ammograin.com. Go Patriots!
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Lincoln County trailing 13-0, and another Angie Doolin candidate for Circuit Court Clerk kickoff here as Patriots had them on a 4th and 10, more to kick off. It's another deep, booming kick. Caught by Connor Davis at his own 8-yard line. He'll bring it out up the middle, and he's quickly wrapped up and slammed down on the 5-yard line. Great special teams play from Southwestern.
Great special teams. You can't really hesitate against this coverage, and as soon as Connor hesitated, Southwestern was there to bring him down.
6:06 to play here in the first quarter. Lincoln County with their 3rd drive of the game. If you joined us late, junior quarterback Sawyer Horton apparently hurt in warm-ups, unable to go here tonight. He was out early in warm-ups, and then during the team portion of warm-ups, looked like he did something, and he's out. Freshman quarterback Brandon Hazlett is in. And Lincoln County has so far netted negative yards, all on run plays, and 1 sack here through 2 drives.
Lincoln County's ran 6 plays, all rushes if you want to count the sack, for negative 8 yards. Tough sledding for the first 2 drives.
Hazlett will hand it off. Phillips up the middle, maybe gets 1. Clock under 6 minutes now. Lincoln trailing 13-0 and had a chance to stop the Warriors there. Had them on a 4th and 10. See if they can dial something up and get some positive momentum on offense. As you mentioned, Dustin, it's tough to lose your starting QB in warm-ups. And, even if you have a whole week to prepare, it's a different situation. 2nd down and 9.
And Southwestern knows that now. They're starting to stack the box, and Lincoln County may have to start airing this out to get some offense.
Play action pass. Hazlett looks to throw, throws it up for grabs, and it's picked off at the 42-yard line. Southwestern right up the right sideline they go, and finally pushed out of bounds at the 21. And number 5 on the pick, Hibbard, he scored the touchdown too early on, and the Warriors are in business here with great field position again. They'll be on the 20. Yeah, make that the 20-yard line. So, Dustin, all 3 drives have started inside Lincoln County territory, all 3 of them inside the 35-yard line, and that's a tough task on your defense.
Yeah, Southwestern's first possession started at the 23, then the 31, and now the 20-yard line after the interception return.
Hibbard returns at 22 yards, and the Warriors will have it 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, handing off right on the right side this time. Good defense from the Patriots as a new ball carrier gets involved. It's Colin Hibbard. He picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And Lincoln County, they've really not given up no huge runs. The big plays have come from the pass from Colin Burton. He's found 2 different receivers right, and also found Hibbard on the first drive. So Lincoln County run game has been.
Zane Mullins limping off now too. 2nd down and 6. 4:44 to play first quarter. Southwestern changing some things here at the line. It's a pass play, looking left, a throw. Now back on a slant, it's caught. Touchdown. Brody Perkins, the touchdown reception. And our score now 19-0 with 4:31 to play here in the first quarter. Well-designed play again. This team executes a touchdown pass of 20 yards. Colin Burton to Brody Perkins. Extra point pending now for Moore. Lincoln County has already dug themselves a 19-0 deficit. Moore on to try the extra point. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. Our score, 4:31 to play here in the first quarter. Southwestern 20, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to WPBK-FM 102.9.
This is Angie Doolin, candidate for Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk. It has been an honor serving this county for over 24 years, and I would like to wish the Lincoln County football Patriots good luck on their upcoming season. You're number 1 on the field and number 1 in our hearts. And don't forget to score that extra point by voting Angie Doolin for Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk on November 8th. Go Pates. Paid for by candidate.
Kick off the fall season by tackling your next home improvement project. The guys at Builder Supply in Stanford can help you. They have all the right tools and expert salespeople. They sell premium do-it-best paints. Let their paint specialist Gary Grubbs help you with all your painting needs. With expertise in color matching paints and stains, they can make any color and help you use the right products to do your project right. So go see Stanford Builder Supply, proud supporter of Lincoln County Patriots.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Angie Doolin, candidate for Circuit Clerk kickoff here for Moore and the Warriors. They lead 20-0. Moore will tee it up from the 40. Another booming kick. It'll be fielded by Cole on the 2. Probably should have let it go in. He's in trouble. He breaks it right up the middle, and he's hit hard at the 20-yard line.
Our local internet connectivity is powered by Skyline Broadband, and this game is brought to you in part by Carol Hill, attorney at law in Stanford. By Gondner & Associates, your certified public accountant in Stanford. By Dalton Miller, the Stanford mayor. And by Lincoln County Judge Executive James Woods Adams. Jimbo is a big supporter of Lincoln County football.
Southwestern led on defense by Lucas McKee, number 35. That young man has 41 tackles in 4 games, and anytime you average 10 tackles a game, Dustin, you're getting it done on defense. I know through the week, Coach Jaggers talked a lot about the nose tackle, number 73, Jaden Washington. Talented-looking defense, and it's been tough sledding for Lincoln County here early on. 8 plays, negative 8 yards.
Yeah, if math holds me right, that's about a negative yard per attempt. And
we found a math problem you could do in your head.
Hey, we replaced one math teacher in Kevin, too.
And off the lane, he breaks free. First down yardage and more as he's out to the 35-yard line. That's a Bluegrass Drugstore first down to pick up a 15 yards for Lane.
As I was saying, we replaced one math statistician in Kevin Bandura, and I can do math too, but I can also do math and saying that's Lincoln County's biggest rush for the day and gets them out of the negative yardage.
We may have to have a math bowl between you and KB at halftime here.
Hey, let's not go that far.
First down and 10, Lincoln County, under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Good blocking that time. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name our Inter-County Energy lineman of the game, presented by Inter-County Energy. Patriots wishbone formation. Horton, Phillips, and Lane in the backfield. Hand off to Phillips. He's hit. Pushes forward. Good job by Micah. Turns out 3 yards and looked like it was going to be a loss.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to end up giving him 4 on that. He was hit at the line of scrimmage. That's the senior showing off the weightlifting program back in the summer, fighting for 4 yards.
So second down and 6. Ball placed on the Patriot 39. Best possession of the evening for Lincoln County here. 2 good running plays in a row. Brendan Hazlett, the freshman at quarterback, picks up the play from the sideline. Carter will run that in. Have to change everything that you've worked on through the week. Your play calling, how you get the plays in, a lot of things, a lot on the shoulders of this freshman quarterback, and he's doing a good job here early on. Hazlett will take the snap, hand off to Lane. Lane hit at the 41 where he goes down. He'll pick up 2. It'll set up third down and 4.
Well, it's everything, you know. Hazlett's used to running with the second-team offense, so even just handing a ball off, you're getting a different feel. These guys are used to taking a ball from Sawyer Horton. The call on the field, you know, snapping the ball is going to be different than throwing the football. The timing's going to be different, so it's going to take some adjustment period. And, you know, what he's done so far, just coming in fresh and just minutes before the game, knowing you're going to start your first varsity game, he's handled the pressure. He did have the 1 interception, but, you know, so far, you know, kudos to Brennan.
Hazlett will go back under center, wishbone formation. 2:13 on the play clock. Hand off the Lane. Hit at the 42 and goes down there. He picks up a yard. It's going to be 4th down and 3 from the 41. And even if they go for this, it would be the worst starting field position of the game for the Warriors. So you might as well go here.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing. And, you know, with the pressure Southwestern's been coming to on the punts, you know, it may just be smart just to go ahead and go for this, and if you can pick it up. And here's where you miss Horton's cadences on his calls.
4th down and 3. They're going to go from their own 42. Hard count. Now Hazel will look up. Nothing going on. Coach Jaggers will use a Builder Supply timeout. 1:33 to play first quarter. Patriots trail 20-0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
This is John Hackley. When I was appointed county attorney, I became the first LCHS graduate to hold a county office. David Gambrell became the first Lincoln County Patriot elected to a county office. As a close friend for 45 years, I've witnessed his heart for service in many ways. He has served as well as PVA. Please join me in voting on November 8th to keep David Gambrell, Lincoln County PVA.
Paid for by the David Gambrell Campaign Fund.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
This is Sean Slusher, your shelter insurance agent here in Stanford. For auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance, give me a call, 365-3143.
Lincoln football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Lincoln will go. They'll hand it off the lane. He breaks the tackle out past midfield. First down, a big run. On 4th and 3, Elon Lane picks up 10. A Bluegrass Drugstore first down carry for Lane, and Lincoln County inside Warrior territory for the first time tonight.
I didn't get to catch to see who had the pancake block there for Lincoln. As he was getting up, he was surrounded by other Lincoln County players, but a huge block to free Elon.
Patriots will stay in the bone, and a whistle. Looks like it's going to be encroachment
They
on
almost had
Southwestern.
12 men.
Could have got him for both, I think.
Warrior
Dustin
was late getting off, but he got off in time. So either way, it's 5 yards, positive for Lincoln County. And going back to our Cornerstone Realty and Auction keys of the game, we talked about when Lincoln County is able to sustain a drive, it's been the wrecks that's happened to wreck the drive or cause it to stall out. You're driving down the field, find a way to punch this football into the end zone.
Ball now on the 43-yard line of Southwestern. It's a fullback dive this time to Horton. Good blocking up front. He moves the pile. Close to another first down. Inside the 40, marked on the 39. He picks up 4. Second down and 1. So the Patriots may have found something here. Just going old school, wishbone double tight.
Lane Mullins is back out. We talked about him hobbling off. He's a tough individual.
He's back out there. Connor Davis split out to the left. Wishbone formation. The freshman hands off Horton. First down and still moving forward. Picks up 3. And Patriots have another Bluegrass Drugstore first down with 28 seconds left here in the quarter. Their best drive of the night.
I like the toughness Lincoln County's running backs are showing on this drive. Something we didn't see the first couple drives. It was just 3 and outs, quick and easy, but now they're getting hit near the line of scrimmage and pushing the defense back.
Both teams content to let the clock run out here. Lincoln won't have to snap it again this quarter, so at the end of 1 here at the reservation, our score, Southwestern 20, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to WPBK-FM 102.9.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers in Lancaster proudly support our home team Patriots on the field and off. If you're looking to buy, sell, or auction your property, no one sells it better than Urban Realtors and Auctioneers. Our professional agents can help you navigate the home buying or selling process while taking the stress off of you. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at urbangroup.com. Urban Group, supporting the Patriots and your community for over 50 years.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Lincoln football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Second quarter action set to get underway. Lincoln will have it 1st and 10 from the Warrior 35-yard line. Lincoln County without the services of starting quarterback Sawyer Horton, and the freshman doing a good job navigating the offense here, and Patriots are on the move, Dustin, as we open up the second quarter.
Really become a good game manager on this drive. Nothing overcomplicated, just downhill running, and Lincoln County's finding success.
Hazlett will turn and give it to Phillips. He'll run off right tackle. Good. Ho opens up. He's inside the 30. He'll pick up 7, and the Lincoln County offensive line doing a good job here. Patriots churning out some positive yards. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name our Seaboat Heating and Air Player of the Game, presented by Seaboat Heating and Air. We'll catch up with them during the post-game show with Dustin Oney. 11:33 to play in the half. Lincoln trailing 20-0, but amidst their best drive of the night here.
Lincoln County now up to 36 yards rushing. Southwestern only 6 yards in the first quarter.
Wishbone formation for Hazlett. He'll give it to Phillips off right tackle again. He breaks a tackle. Inside the 25 he goes. Close to another first down. They'll say move the sticks. And it's another Bluegrass Drugstore first down for Lincoln County.
Big number 73, Logan Lawson, blocking there to free up Phillips for a first down run.
So Lincoln County showing some pride on this drive.
And that's what you want to see. You get down 20-0, disastrous start, quarterback out. We've seen this all season from Lincoln County. The score hasn't always been in their favor, but the heart and the drive has been there.
Hazlett will go back under center, 1st and 10 from the 24. Hand off to Horton. That's Sawyer Horton. He rumbles forward inside the 20. Picks up 5, maybe 6 yards. Looks like with that spot it'll be pick up a 5. 2nd down and 5 now. The Lincoln County offense inside the red zone for the first time tonight.
And what a cool, calm, collective Brennan Hazlett has been on this drive. Seeing the pressure coming up the middle. Good play call, too, from Lincoln County. The pressure was coming.
Yeah,
never
they had a run blitz on that time.
And just simple, just a dive play right up the middle to the fullback, Horton. Perfect play call.
Eating up clock, too. We're inside of 10 minutes after this snap. Hazlett will turn. Hand off, try the left side this time. That'll be Phillips. Late flag comes in. Phillips picks up 2. We'll see what the flag is for.
It's not in a good territory if you're Lincoln County.
It was late behind the play, so almost makes me think a personal foul may be coming. We'll see what happens. 9:58 to play here in the half. Lincoln trails 20-0. Facing a 3rd and 4 if it stands as is. Personal foul face mask on Southwestern. And a personal foul face mask on Lincoln County. Offsetting penalties, and they'll repeat that down.
So no harm, no foul. You grab my face mask, I'm going to grab yours.
Don't see that often, offsetting face mask penalties. You see something new every Friday.
Hey, that's why we're here. We learn on the fly.
2nd down and 5, 9:57 on the clock now. Lincoln inside Warrior territory, trailing 20-0. Hazlett will go back under center. Wishbone formation. Connor Davis split far to the right, near the Lincoln sidelines. Hazlett will turn, hand off to Phillips, and he's swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time. It'll be 3rd down. Actually, they're going to mark him with a loss of 1.
And you got to credit Southwestern's defensive line on that. They blew that play up. Phillips had nowhere to go except run into some blue jerseys.
3rd down and 5. Ball placed back at the 21. 9:17 to play in the half on the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard. Lincoln County going right to left on your radio dial. Their best drive of the night as they've marched it inside Warrior territory and chewed off a lot of clock here.
Yeah, 11 plays so far on this drive and has ate up almost 8 minutes worth of game time.
Hazlett going to look to throw. Quick slant, intercepted. Warriors all over it. Number 30 on the pick for the Warriors. That's not on our roster, but he read it like a book. A nice play there by the Warrior defender, and he'll return it back to the 31 after the pick. Lincoln tried just a little quick slant, and the linebacker slid right over on that left side and was able to pick it off, and that will stop the best drive of the evening for Lincoln and give Southwestern the ball back here, leading 20-0 with 8:48 to play, 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I like the call, something quick and easy, and you've been rushing 11 straight times. Try to get them with the pass. Southwestern's linebacker just read that perfectly.
Colin Burton back out for the Warriors. 2 touchdown passes tonight, only had 2 on the season. Warriors will go from the bone. They'll turn and hand it off. Lincoln does a good job pushing right back as he's able to pick up 3. They push him all the way back behind the line before they blow that dead. Check that. Christian Walden, the ball carrier. Connor Davis down, injured for Lincoln. They're going to get someone out to check on him. We'll take a break. 8:28 to play in the half. Lincoln County trails 20-0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
To communicate more effectively and become more transparent with our customers, Stanford Waterworks has developed our own free advisory app. Here are some advisories to look for: construction and maintenance activities, boil water advisories, road closures and detours, community events, payment reminders, police and fire department news, and you can pay your bill. To install the app, click on the Play or Apple stores. Type Stanford Waterworks Advisory or SWW Advisory. Stanford Waterworks, providing quality water for Stanford and Lincoln County.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with State Farm's homeowner's insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Jason Todd, your local State Farm agent, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can make sure you get the discount you deserve and coverage you need. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Jason Todd, at 365-9882 or stop by my office at 711 Danville Avenue in Stanford today to find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Back to live action here as it's a 2nd and 5 for the Warriors. Fullback dive this time. Good job by the Lincoln D as they are able to shut that down, and Connor Davis was able to make his way off the field there. Hopefully nothing serious for him.
No, it's always good when you see them walk off on their own power to get off the field, and hopefully he'll be all right and get back in for too long.
So 3rd down and 2 after that pickup of 3 for the Warriors. They huddle at the line. Now Burton will go under center from the bone. He'll give it to the second man through. 1st down yardage and more as Wright breaks the tackle. Still on his feet past midfield. Finally brought down at the 47-yard line. And pickup of 17 for Wright. Wright leads the team in rushing. 592 yards, 10 yards per carry. And you can see why right there. He's a handful.
I mean, he was lowering the shoulder on that. A gain that should have went for maybe 4 ended up around 15 yards for Wright, and that's just tough running.
Burton back under center. They stay in the bone here. 7:21 to play in the half.
Looks like the Patriots will bring some pressure on this play.
Lincoln County stacking the box. It's going to be a toss play out to the left side. Good blocking out there as a hole opens up down the sideline and finally pushed out of bounds inside the 30. Down to the 25-yard line. We had a 1st down carry for the Warriors.
Yeah, big run there. Opened up. Lincoln County brought everything up the middle. Left the outside wide open, and Southwestern took advantage of that. And they called that play at the line, Brad. So they seen Lincoln County was going to bring pressure, audibled their play call and did it by perfection.
1st and 10 from the 25. 7:06 to play in the half. Burton will turn and give it again, and this time a good tackle there right at the 20-yard line. That's Ross Gibson. Still a gain of 5. That's Walden on the carry.
After only giving up 6 yards rushing, and that was due to Southwestern really going through the air in the 1st quarter. Now they're up to 57 yards rushing after that last one by Christian Walden for Southwestern, averaging up about a little over 6 yards per carry.
2nd down and 5. Burton sends a man in motion. He'll fake it, roll to his right, looks to throw. Got a wide open man in the back of the end zone if he sees him. He does. Caught, touchdown. Broken coverage that time for Lincoln County is a wide open Warrior. Mason Hibbert with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night. This one comes with 6:21 to play in the 2nd quarter. A 20-yard touchdown pass makes it 26-0 Southwestern.
Colin Burton having himself a day for the Warriors. Already 4 passing touchdowns. Perfect 5 for 5 for 88 yards with 4 scores. Lincoln County really selling out on the run, and
Moore's extra point attempt is good. 6:21 to play 2nd quarter. Our score, Southwestern 27, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
Lincoln County Schools is a proud public school district that serves over 3,000 students and employs over 700 people. The school system is made up of 7 different schools and a technology center. The district offers a variety of diverse programs in order to meet the needs of the students and their communities. From preschool to Patriots, kids matter most at all of Lincoln County Schools.
Crab Orchard Elementary, we are Cubs.
Howland Elementary, we are Aviators.
Houstonville Elementary, we are Tigers.
Stanford Elementary, we are Wildcats.
Waynesburg Elementary, we are Tigers.
Lincoln County Middle School, we are Eagles.
Lincoln County High School, we are Patriots.
This is Superintendent Michael Rowe. Together, we are Team Lincoln.
Lincoln County Board of Education, every student, every classroom, every day. College, career, and citizenship ready.
Lincoln football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Angie Doolin, candidate for Circuit Court Clerk kickoff here for Moore. Lincoln will send 3 guys back deep. After that touchdown pass, Hibbard only 6 catches on the season, 2 tonight and 2 touchdowns for the Warriors. They lead 27-0. Moore kicks it. It's a high, booming kick, fielded at the 11 by Connor Davis. He cuts back at the 20. And swarmed at right there as they were all over. It looks like another face mask coming in as a flag flies. And it looked like I saw the helmet jerk around, so we'll see why they sort that out. Return is to the 22-yard line for Davis.
And I don't think he grabbed the face mask as well, so it looks like it's just going to be one face mask call this time.
The old-fashioned one.
Yes.
And it will be a personal foul face mask, and that'll move it from the 22 all the way out to the 37 after the 15-yard penalty, and the Patriots will take over there. They had their best drive of the evening on the last possession, and if you joined us late, Sawyer Horton out with injury. Something happened during warm-ups. Also without Khalil White tonight, who's played a lot, especially on defense lately for the Patriots. So freshman Brennan Hazlett got his first start at QB.
It is noted, next week is a bye week for Lincoln County, so a good time after this game to get some players healthy.
Hazlett will hand it off to Lane on a dive play out of the bone, and Elan's able to gain maybe a yard. 6:04 to play here in the second quarter. 27-0, Southwestern leads. Beautiful night for football as Big Red Nation has packed the visiting bleachers as they often do.
County's still going to let that clock wind down, and that's what they've done all game. It's just run it, let the clock go down. Like I said, the more you can keep Southwestern's offense off the field, that can also be used as a weapon towards them.
Play clock under 10, wishbone formation. Carter, the lone receiver. It's a dive to Horton this time. Sawyer picks up 3. 3rd down and 4 for the Patriot offense. 5:15 remaining here in the first quarter. As you mentioned, Lincoln with a bye week next week. Then they'll hit the road as we open up district play. They'll go to Wayne County and Corbin back-to-back weeks.
Schedule only gets tougher from here. I mean, it's been a gauntlet of a schedule for Lincoln County. And, you know, you look down, you had Pulaski County earlier in the season, then you got Southwestern.
I do like the bye week coming the week before district play. Hazlett back under center, handoff. This time to the left side for Elan Lane. Elan will pick up 1. It'll set up 4th down and 4. But I like the bye week the week before district play. And as you mentioned, hopefully get some of these players healthy as it's a new season. District play, you get 3 district games and you end the year with your rival Rockcastle County. And come out after the bye week and see what you can do if you can get healthy, Dustin. I think they have a lot of opportunity in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, you take in, you know, before this game you're 1-4, and, you know, regardless of what happens tonight, it's a new season. Lincoln County wins 2 of the district games out of 3.
4th and 4, Lincoln's going to go. Hazlett, wishbone formation. Carter, the lone receiver. He'll take it, fake it to the left. Nice fake play to Phillips on a toss to the left. He'll pick up the first. Gets decked, but he held on to that ball and has it all the way out to the 50, a gain of 7. That was a great play call from Coach Jaggers. Faked the toss to the right, then countered back with a toss to the left side to Phillips. He picks up plenty for the first. It's a Bluegrass Drugstore first down.
Almost a no-look pass if you're playing basketball. I mean, it had everybody faked out, and Phillips needed 5, picked up 7. Nice play call. Nice job by the freshman, too, completing that pitch.
Some counters or some misdirection-type plays will be opportunistic right now, I think, for this offense as Southwestern is selling out on the run. Lincoln will hand it off again. It's Elon Lane this time. He'll try the left side. Picks up 3. 3:45 to play in the half. Lincoln County trailing 27-0, but they're starting to find their footing here with the running game.
Absolutely. I mean, after having negative 8 yards, Lincoln County up to 62. So that's a net gain of 70 yards in just the last 2 possessions for Lincoln County.
2nd down and 7. Lincoln County inside Warrior territory for the second time here tonight. 3:15 to play in the half, trailing 27-0. The freshman goes under center. He'll turn and toss it to Lane. Elon Lane on a sweep out to the right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage before he stood up. No gain.
And that shows the speed of this defense for Southwestern. Hey, our local internet connectivity is powered by Skyline Broadband, and this game is brought to you in part by Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Michaela King, by Lincoln County Public Library, by Stanford Waterworks, and by Mary Adams, candidate for Lincoln County PVA.
3rd down and 7. Ball marked at the Warrior 47-yard line. 2:33 to play here in the half. Play clock down to 14 now. Hazlett will stay in the bone. Connor Davis split to the far right. Turn and hand off, second man through, and it's going to be a flag on Southwestern. It looks like a defender moved early.
So that's going to set up a more manageable 3rd down for Lincoln County as that play looked to be another run. So it works out even better. You get 5 yards and 2 opportunities to get a first down.
So now it'll be 3rd and 2. That's a huge penalty. Goes from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2. 2:22 to play here in the half. Lincoln County with another chance to get on the board. Hazlett looks over at Coach Jaggers to get some direction for the play call here. A short yardage opportunity for the offense. Hazlett goes under center. Wishbone formation. Turn, handoff. Phillips right up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Inside the 35. Micah Phillips, the senior halfback, with a 7-yard pickup and a first down for Lincoln County. Another Bluegrass Drugstore first down, and the Patriots with another nice drive here, Dustin.
Absolutely. It's about time, hopefully, Lincoln County can capitalize and we can get one of those Ricky Lane candidate for school board extra point attempts.
Need that, but you have to get it in the end zone first.
Absolutely.
1:42 left. Clock stops while they move the chains. Hazlett giving some instruction now to his tight end, who is Hunter Hanley. He's playing that tight end on that right side, doing a great job blocking out there. Brennan will turn and hand off to Phillips again. Breaks one tackle, but unable to get past the second defender. He'll still gain a couple. You know, Micah's not a big guy, Dustin, but he seldom goes down on that first hit. You can give that young man a lot of credit for the effort he puts out running the football.
And that, like I said, that goes in that off-season work program. Even lost a shoe on that play as he's putting it back. But Lincoln County down to a minute to go and not really shown.
Maybe show a little more urgency here as you're on the 33-yard line now. They're within striking distance. Of course,
2 timeouts still remaining for Lincoln County.
2nd down and 8, 50 seconds to play in the half. Hazlett will hand it off. Just a run blitz that time from Southwestern as they clog it up and slam him down for a no gain. A whistle and a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Builder Supply timeout called by Lincoln County with only 40 seconds left here in the half. They trail 27-0. It'll be 3rd and 8 after the timeout. Dustin, let's take a look at some first half stats for Lincoln County.
Lincoln County offensively totaling up 72 yards of offense, all those coming on the ground. They are 0 for 2 passing with the 2 interceptions, but on the ground is really totaling up some offense, and that's really come out of these last 2 drives. A shaky start for Lincoln County early on, but kind of finding their grip and their footing here with freshman quarterback Brennan Hazlett, who's, stepped in a big role and is playing, once you kind of get comfortable and the nerves step aside, he's played a lot better for Lincoln County. Southwestern, 145 yards so far, 57 on the ground, 88 through the air. Brad, if I told you, said Southwestern has 57 yards rushing in the first half, you would feel pretty good.
Field position. One thing, though, is telling no matter where you get the ball, they're holding them to 6.3 yards per carry. On the season, Southwestern averaging 8.3, which is unbelievable. So the run defense has been pretty good here.
The bad thing is, quarterback Colin Burton is a perfect 5 for 5 for 88 yards, and 4 of those completions ended up in the end zone. And the disappointing part is 2 of those touchdowns were to wide open receivers.
Broken coverage both times. 3rd down and 8 after the Builder Supply timeout. Wishbone formation. Toss out on the right side to Lane. He's got running room. Good blocking out there as he's able to navigate 3 yards before he's tackled. Penalty flag thrown right over around the area of the tackle.
That come from the side judge. Looks like we may be in the area of holding.
Clock stops while they sort out the penalty.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong again.
Legal hands to the face on the Warriors. So Lane had picked up 3. And the penalty flag is going to move this ball all the way down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 34 seconds left here in the first half. Lincoln has 1 Builder Supply timeout left in their pocket.
And you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to throw the football. And
even here, they're huddled up on the 35. I don't think they realize the ball's been moved all the way down to the 16. Only 12 on the play clock. They better get some hustle.
And a drive this long took over 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the half.
Down to 5 on the play clock now. Wishbone formation. They get it off. Toss to the right again. It's Lane. Drilled at the 16-yard line and pushed back. And Coach Jaggers going to have to burn his last time out. With only 28 seconds left in the half, we'll keep it here.
Lane took a shot there as he had a couple Southwestern guys meeting behind the line of scrimmage. They were ready for that.
2nd 12, and that toss play they ran 2 or 3 times here on this drive. I think they have set themselves up, Dustin, to be able to throw that halfback pass out of that play if they want to look at that here.
And, you take in a pass like that, once the defense comes rushing in, you sneak the tight end, Seth Horton, down the field. He's shown that he can catch some big plays. So you're right. That may just be something they're setting up because they've ran that a lot here on this drive.
I mentioned Horton. That's Seth Horton. He's ran the ball nice tonight at that fullback position. His brother Sawyer out with injury. Was unable to go here tonight. And the freshman Brennan Hazlett made his first start for the Patriots. Lincoln County trailing 27-0. 28 seconds left here as they break the huddle out of the timeout. Lincoln has no timeouts remaining. The Warriors have 3. 2nd down and 12 from the 18-yard line. If you throw the ball, you have enough time to definitely run 3 or 4 plays here. So we'll see what they do out of the timeout. Connor Davis in at quarterback out of the timeout. Direct snap to Connor. He'll roll to the right. Looks to throw. Now he'll tuck it and push out of bounds. Little wildcat play for Davis.
And we've seen that some in warm-ups, him and Brennan both kind of taking turns running that offense.
So a loss of 1 for Connor. 3rd and 13 now. Ball placed on the 19-yard line of Southwestern. 22 seconds left in the half, and it's going to be 3rd and 13. Looks like Davis is staying in. See what they dial up here.
You're in a passing situation if you're Lincoln County. You don't get the first down, you're going to have to hurry up, and it's going to be 4th down if you do not pick up the 12 yards.
Twins both ways, one back in the backfield with Davis. Connor takes the snap, rolls to the right, looking to throw, nothing going on, hit, tackled. On the 19-yard line, I think he got out of bounds again. So 4th and long, he loses a yard. It's going to be 4th and 14 now. 16 seconds left in the half. And Lincoln County the passing game has just been off without Horton, which you would expect, as he most likely got all the reps during the week.
Still like to see Lincoln County take a shot towards the end zone here. You don't want to end this drive,
2 drives inside the Warrior red zone. Dustin, this could very easily be a 2-score game right now.
Absolutely, and if you're
Instead,
Lincoln County, you've worked it down to perfection now. At least attempt to score on this if you're Lincoln County.
Hazlett back in at quarterback. Play clock down to 4. Going to have to hurry. 16 seconds on the game clock. Hazlett looks to throw. Pressure, sack, all the way back at the 30-yard line. No time to get that one off as they brought the house on 4th and long, and the sack will give the Warriors the ball back. A turnover on downs with 11.8 seconds left here in the first half. No Derms Grocery sacks for Lincoln's D in the first half. Be good to end the half on one here, Dustin.
Absolutely. And, in this halftime, you're down 27-0. Go into half, regroup, come back out, play some more football.
New quarterback in for Southwestern, it looks like. Number 12, Roger Oliver, checks in for this play.
Oliver's got some varsity action for Southwestern this year.
He'll roll to the right. Looks to throw. Sideline pattern. Caught. Nicely executed play. It's caught by Cunningham. Out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the bootleg from Oliver. 6.8 seconds left. Still 3 timeouts for the Warriors.
6 seconds. You might get 2 plays off. You do something short, but is this where you find one of those backs and you get them in open field and see if they can break something? You try a long.
They've had defenders open deep tonight, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that wheel route even. Penalty flag, and it's a false start as they didn't get set. A man went in motion, never got set properly, and it'll be a false start.
That's going to back them up 5 more yards. So if you're Lincoln County, you're basically down to 1 more play defensively. You drop back, I believe, in prevent defense. Don't allow anybody to get behind you.
They've only got 2 guys back, 2 safeties back at the 50. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 from the 32-yard line. 5.6 seconds left. Should be the last play of the half. Oliver still in at quarterback, joined in the backfield by Wright. Walden comes in motion. Oliver's going to throw. Lincoln gets some pressure. Oliver steps out of it. Throws to the sideline, hits a receiver, breaks a tackle. That's right. He's running up the sideline. Now cuts back up midfield. He's inside Lincoln territory and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. A penalty flag comes out too. There's no time left. Lincoln had him with a short pickup as they just tried to hit him out of bounds. He broke that tackle. Let's see what the penalty flag is, Dustin.
It looked like maybe some jersey tugging going on down the field by some of the blockers for Southwestern.
Another injured Patriot player. Looks like Duncan's down on the field, too, as they sort things out. The penalty is going to be on Southwestern, so we will go to the half. Our score at halftime. On the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard, it's Southwestern 27, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to WPBK-FM 102.9.
AGE prides itself on a common-sense approach to facilitating our clients' goals and ambitions. Our design group considers not only cost-effective but also economically maintainable solutions from start to finish for our clients. Our designs meet or exceed safety and operational requirements at all levels of government while preserving the aesthetic, historic, or cultural resources of an area. AGE proudly sponsors Lincoln County High School sports. AGE Engineering, engineering Kentucky's future.
Hungry for lunch? Looking for something different? Something fast? Stop by Coleman's Drugstore and Deli. Coleman's is more than a drugstore. It's the perfect meeting place for those of us who want lunch at a snap. Coleman's has different lunch specials daily. They're serving up hot, home-cooked southern dishes to sandwiches and wraps. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention my very favorite part of their menu, homemade desserts. What are you waiting on? Coleman's is located right in the heart of downtown Stanford. Your local hometown drugstore and deli.
It's halftime on WPBK-FM. Our halftime show is presented by David Gambrell, candidate for Lincoln County PVA.
Guardian Exterminating and Be Green Lawn Care, your total weed and pest control experts, offer many services like seeding and fertilizing and termite and pest control. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call them today for an inspection of your home or lawn. Their number is 606-365-7538 and in Danville at 859-236-5289. Don't worry, they're licensed and insured. Plus, with over 35 years of experience, you know it will be done right the first time. Again, their number in Stanford is 606-365-7538 and 859-236-5289 in Danville. Don't wait. Protecting your home and lawn is what they do best at Guardian Exterminating and Be Green Lawn Care.
Hey, it's Heather Brown from Dr. Andy Powell's new privately owned dental practice located in Lincoln Plaza, Cedar Creek Dental. Dr. Powell has served Lincoln County for over 6 years and is excited to continue to provide excellent state-of-the-art care for our community. We offer early morning and evening appointments to accommodate all schedules. At Cedar Creek Dental, Dr. Powell, Heather, Sarah, Jess, and Priscilla are committed to providing a simple, safe, pleasant, and enjoyable experience. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Halftime here at the reservation. Southwestern Pulaski leading Lincoln County 27. Brad Smith alongside Dustin Oney here tonight. This game also will be on YouTube Live at the conclusion of the radio broadcast. You can go straight to YouTube, Dustin, and watch this game. Lincoln County finds themselves down 27-0, but Dustin, the last two drives, they worked themselves inside the Warrior red zone, unable to punch it in. The Warriors, on the other hand, had no issue scoring touchdowns. Let's take a look now at the first half scoring drives with Dustin Oney.
Scoring drives for the game started off with 9 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in quarter number one when Southwestern quarterback Colin Burton found Mason Hibbert for a 17-yard touchdown pass. The point after attempt was good, putting Southwestern on top 7-0. With 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the first quarter, Southwestern scores again after another Colin Burton touchdown. This time he connects with senior Tanner Wright for 30 yards. Point after attempt was no good, but Southwestern still led 13-0. It was quarterback Colin Burton again with 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in quarter number one as he connects this time with Brody Perkins. Point after attempt was good, put Southwestern up 20-0. And then in the second quarter, with 6 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first half, Southwestern's Colin Burton connects with Mason Hilbert again from 20 yards out. Point after attempt was good, and Southwestern led 27-0.
Lincoln County trailing 27-0 here at the half. We'll come back and take a look at the first half statistics. You're listening to Lincoln Football on WPBK-FM 102.9.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jonathan Alford with Animal Care Center. Let me and my compassionate staff at Animal Care Center help you take care of your furry family members. At Animal Care Center, we're well equipped to handle anything from general wellness visits to complex medical cases. Located on Highway 27 across from Sonic, call 606-365-7660 to schedule your appointment today.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction in Lancaster will make your dreams come true. Broker and owner Deonica Asbury and her team finish line. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or selling your existing home, navigating real estate can be tough. Let Cornerstone Realty and Auction make it easy. Specializing in Garrett, Lincoln, and surrounding counties, they're your local real estate experts. Cornerstone Realty and Auction, 859-329-8193.
It's halftime on WPBK-FM. Our halftime show is presented by David Gambrell, candidate for Lincoln County PVA.
Hey, it's Heather Brown from Dr. Andy Powell's new privately owned dental practice located in Lincoln Plaza, Cedar Creek Dental. Dr. Powell has served Lincoln County for over 6 years and is excited to continue to provide excellent state-of-the-art care for our community. We offer early morning and evening appointments to accommodate all schedules. At Cedar Creek Dental, Dr. Powell, Heather, Sarah, Jess, and Priscilla are committed to providing a simple, safe, pleasant, and enjoyable experience. We look forward to seeing you soon.
This is John Hackley. When I was appointed county attorney, I became the first LCHS graduate to hold a county office. David Gambrell became the first Lincoln County Patriot elected to a county office. As a close friend for 45 years, I've witnessed his heart for service in many ways. He has served as well as PVA. Please join me in voting on November 8th to keep David Gambrill, Lincoln County PVA.
Paid for by the David Gambrill Campaign Fund.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Halftime here at the reservation. The Warriors lead Patriots 27-0. The game. They are without the services of their leading passer, freshman Brennan Hazlett. The freshman quarterback getting his first opportunity against a powerhouse like the Warriors. Dustin, let's take a look at the first half stats for the both teams.
Start with Lincoln County. Lincoln County run plays for 63 yards in the first half. No touchdowns with 2 turnovers. Lincoln County rushing for 32 attempts. That's just under 2 yards attempt for this Lincoln County ground attack. Say 1.9 yards per carry. That isn't that impressive, but when you're negative yardage for the first couple drives of the game and then you pump it up, you plan to attack the rushing game and just coming through the air. But, Brad, I go back to the 2 drives that Lincoln County started out and got into the red zone. You're able to capitalize on one of those, maybe both of those. I know it's woulda, coulda, shoulda, but you're looking at 27-14. It's a whole lot different of a ball game than 27-0.
Tanner Wright with those 7-0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
Danville's deal.
During Jeep Adventure Days at Bob Allen Motor Mall. Hi, I'm John Welsh. Lease a new 22 Jeep Gladiator Sport S for only $329 a month for 40 first payment due
in the outdoors this fall. Stop in and see us at Bluegrass Feed and Supply, 150 Jeffries Lane, Houstonville, and check out our large amount of inventory online at ammograin.com. Go Patriots!
It's halftime on WPBK-FM. Our halftime show is presented by David Gambrill, candidate for Lincoln County PVA.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers in Lancaster proudly support our home team Patriots on the field and off. If you're looking to buy, sell, or auction your property, no one sells it better than Urban Realtors and Auctioneers. Our professional agents can help you navigate the current heating system needs to be replaced, repaired, or see the company to call for
Cornerstone Realty and Auction keys to the game. I mean, you got to be the more aggressive team, and so far I thought the first half Southwestern was that more aggressive, especially up front. I thought Lincoln County got better at that on the last 2 drives before half, but to come out the second half, be more aggressive and hopefully turn that into some points for Lincoln County. And I thought another thing they did good in the first half was not wrecking their drives. You didn't have big penalties stalling out anything or backing you behind the chains. When they were behind the chains, it was just good defensive plays by Southwestern. So just continue that success. When you do get going down the field, though, and you start to have these drives, find a way to capitalize on them. Get into the end zone. They're nice painted blue end zones with orange Warriors written across it. Be nice for Lincoln County to find it a time or two this second half, or maybe even 4 times to win the game.
Would be nice to get one of those Cedar Creek Dental touchdowns there in the second half. And 2 good drives in the half. That's a positive note for the offense. The first 3 drives, they were just spinning tires, unable to get anything going. Then they finally moved the ball inside the Southwestern red zone on both those drives, Dustin. But once the field shrinks and it's very predictable that they're going to have to rely on that running game, they've struggled to punch it in.
And Southwestern started stacking the box. They knew what was coming, and early on Lincoln County was putting themselves in pretty predictable situations, and Southwestern was able to scheme up exactly what they needed to stop Lincoln County. But once Lincoln County started to move the football a little more, you start to space out the run game. You've seen some pitches on the outside, some dives up the middle, getting some running backs in motion. So, just mixing it up and driving the football up and down the field.
Elon Lane leads the way for Lincoln County, 42 yards, 3.5 yards per carry. Elon doing a good job running the ball tonight.
Real hard runs, big runs of 13 and 10. The 2 of the longest runs for Lincoln County. Elon was the one who put Lincoln County out of the negative territory back in the first quarter.
And, you think about injuries, what they've done to this team this year, and a lot of folks probably don't realize the kid that was expected to be the halfback to run with the first team out of preseason play was Thaden Gar. He's injured early on. We never seen him. Move to the first game of the year. Freshman Reed Curlis has a breakout performance. He's looking sharp through the first 2 or 3 games of the season. He gets hurt, tears up his knee. He's out for the year. You come to tonight, your leading passer, your leading rusher, the junior quarterback Sawyer Horton. Something happens to him in warm-ups. It's hard to continue to lose skilled players, Dustin, that with a team that's very inexperienced, very young to begin with, and keep replacing them. So kudos to Elin and Micah and all these kids for stepping up, but it's still hard to replace what looked to be maybe your top 3 leading rushers are not even on the field here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's difficult. And, I mean, like you said, kudos to the seniors and juniors and veteran players stepping up in a tough situation. And, you know, Lincoln County has a big roster. It's, 70-plus kids dressing on a Friday night, but a lot of those kids are sophomores and freshmen, kids that's never seen varsity action before. Now, their time's going to come when they're going to stand out on the field, and they're going to be a great contributor to the team.
It's halftime. Lincoln County finds themselves in a hole. They trail 27-0. You're listening to WPBK-FM 102.9.
This is Angie Doolin, candidate for Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk. It has been an honor serving this county for over 24 years, and I would like to wish the Lincoln County football Patriots good luck on their upcoming season. You're number 1 on the field and number 1 in our hearts. And don't forget to score that extra point by voting Angie Doolin for Lincoln County Circuit.
Since 1957, Durham's Grocery at 606 Lancaster Street in Sanford has been serving Sanford and the surrounding community with a full line of groceries, fresh meats, quality produce, and a full-service deli with homemade salads. They offer money orders and are also a payment center for KU, Atmos Energy, AT&T, and more. For fast, friendly service all the way to your car, Durham's Grocery is big enough to accommodate, small enough to appreciate. That's Durham's Grocery.
It's halftime on WPBK-FM. Our halftime show is presented by David Gambrell, candidate for Lincoln County PVA.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! That means those pregame barbecues with an ice-cold Pepsi? Totally back. Your perfectly placed football watching corner seat back and comfy as ever. 18 Sundays of touchdown scoring, Hail Mary throwing, ice-cold Pepsi flowing football action. You better believe it's back. And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. And when we say always, we mean always. Like when your lawn is looking less like a lawn and more like a jungle. If the game's on, then the lawnmower ain't. And those gutters you haven't cleaned? Today is not their day. Or maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Just over 1 minute away from kickoff. Lincoln County trailing 27-0. And if you joined the broadcast late, Lincoln County without the services of quarterback Sawyer Horton here tonight. He was injured before the game, unable to go. Freshman Brennan Hazlett with his first start. And Patriots, after a slow start, have started moving the ball very easily. Could be a 2-score game right now, Dustin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had 2 great drives stall out in the red zone, one by interception, one by turnover on downs. But, I mean, you capitalize on those. It's a different ball game. Southwestern's defense held, so it's not. But, Brad, one thing I do want to mention, though, that is a positive for Lincoln County. Lincoln County had the ball for roughly 18 minutes of the first half. So ball control has been a good thing for Lincoln County, and that's held out by those last couple drives. Lincoln County had at one point for 8 minutes and then 1 point for around 6 minutes. So, maybe continue that, but you got to finish on those drives.
Patriots will be kicking off to begin the second half as they open up the game receiving the ball, and the Warriors will have it, leading 27-0. These two teams were district foes for several years, and then obviously Southwest a school of almost 1,400. It's moved up in class as they are now a 5A school. Lincoln County 4A. They played each other for the last couple of years, and a familiar face on the sideline for the Warriors, Levi Rogers, one of the all-time great quarterbacks for the Lincoln County Patriots, and also did a wonderful job on the sidelines as a coach the last few years, is now part of this Jason Foley Southwestern staff, and good to see him before the game. And as usual, he's got his guys looking sharp out here. The Warriors 27-0. Lincoln County on your radio dial as we begin.
Here's where Lincoln County, your first kickoff of the game.
Actually, they're going to flip them here, it looks like. So the Patriots will be going right to left, Dustin, instead of as Southwestern lined up wrong. So they're going to flip them around. And Lincoln County's going to send out Kobe Towns and the kickoff team.
Is that their... I still think it was opposite of that, but what do I know? Because didn't in the first quarter Lincoln County go left or right? I don't know. I'm just still learning math from earlier in the game.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I'm wrong 90%
but either way,
of the time.
Towns is going to kick it here. He'll tee it up from the 40. Patriots will be kicking right to left as we open up the third quarter. Brad Smith alongside Dustin Oney from the reservation here at Southwestern Pulaski High School. Warriors 4-0 on the season and a commanding lead here at the break. Towns kickoff is a deep kick, bounces at the 11, takes a Lincoln County bounce. Warrior return man finally able to pick it up and avoid the first man, but Lincoln all over him. They're going to pin him inside the 15-yard line. A great special teams play there to open up the second half for Lincoln County.
Towns don't get enough credit for those kicks. He's had a couple kicks that's just bounced in an oddly direction. It looks like they're going into the end zone.
Absolutely.
And just die right there, and teams have had to make a quick instant reaction, and by that time the coverage team is down.
Walden struggled to pick that ball up. He finally did and was luckily made the first guy miss, or he would have been pinned even further back. But either way, the Warriors will start 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line, just underway here in the second half. They lead 27-0.
Look for Southwestern to really start that running game back up. Lincoln County held them to 6 yards per carry in the first half. See if they go to that here in the second half.
Roger Oliver still in at quarterback. He'll throw a little flare pass to his right. Caught out there by Walden. Walden out to the 19-yard line. He'll pick up 5.
Oliver, we talked about, he's seen some varsity action come in on that last possession for Southwestern.
Yeah, I never saw if Wright was banged up or he's got his helmet off over here, if they're just getting some reps for Oliver. You mentioned he has seen some action earlier in the year, too.
After you throw for 4 touchdowns, maybe that's you can take a break, young man.
Hand off to Wright. He breaks the first tackle and moves the pile forward for a first down yardage out to the 27. Pickup of 9, first down Southwestern.
It should be illegal how hard he runs when he has the football. I mean, I wouldn't stand in Wright's way when he's coming my way. I mean, he's a bulldozer. Maybe they used him when they built this turf to bulldoze everything down. They just put Tanner Wright. He knocked down everything because he is a very physical, hard runner.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Oliver will take the snap. He'll throw. It's caught out there by Hibbert at the 27. Gets past Warren. Up the sideline he goes. He's got green grass or turf in front of him, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. A 72-yard reception off of about a 1-yard pass. Made one defender miss, and right up the sidelines he goes untouched. 10:41 to play third quarter. Our score now 33-0 Warriors.
And that was a beautiful move by Mason Hibbert. Caught the pass, should have been tackled for a yard gain like you talked about. Made one shift, missed tackle by Lincoln County when he was off to the races.
Hibbert's third touchdown of the night. Now Moore on to kick the extra point.
Touchdowns on the season?
One. He only had one coming into the game, and he's put the hat trick on the Patriots. Moore's extra point is up, and it's good. 10:41 to play third quarter. Our score, Southwestern 34, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
Hey Lincoln County Patriots, this is Woods Adams, Lincoln County's next judge executive. I wanted to take this time to wish the Lincoln County Patriot football team the best of luck on a successful season. I also wanted to take the time to give thanks to everyone that supported me and my family during this past primary election. Being a part of a community where pride and tradition of each town intermingle to become Lincoln County is truly something special. To be trusted and supported by the same community in which I was raised is a huge honor, and I look forward to serving the people of Lincoln County. Again, this is Woods Adams. Thank you, Lincoln County. Now let's go, Patriots.
Hungry for lunch? Looking for something different? Something fast? Stop by Coleman's Drugstore and Deli. Coleman's is more than a drugstore. It's the perfect meeting place for those of us who want lunch at a snap. Coleman's has different lunch specials daily. They're serving up hot, home-cooked southern dishes to sandwiches and wraps. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention my very favorite part of their menu, homemade desserts. What are you waiting on? Coleman's is located right in the heart of downtown Stanford. Your local hometown drugstore and deli.
Lincoln football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Angie Doolin, candidate for Circuit Court Clerk kickoff for Moore as he kicks a high, booming kick. Carter will field it on the 10. Cody Carter gets it out on the left sideline, breaks a tackle at the 20. He's tripped up and down, and he goes there.
Carter, he's shown this season he's got some speed on him and try to get around the edge, but once again, Southwestern's coverage team down quickly to make the tackle.
Lincoln will have it on their own 22.
Our local internet connectivity is powered by Skyline Broadband and by Carol Hill, attorney at law in Stanford, by Gonder & Associates, your certified public accountant in Stanford, by Dalton Miller, the Stanford mayor, and by Lincoln County Judge Executive James, a big supporter of Lincoln County football.
The freshman Brennan Hazlett leads the troops back out, wishbone formation. Double tight. Hazlett will turn and hand it to Lane. Good blocking up front. He's got big yardage out to the 31. 9-yard pickup for Elon Lane.
Lane's having himself a nice game so far. 13 carries, 51 yards for the junior.
Right off left guard that time, and it will be second down and 2. 10-14 to play third quarter on the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard. Lincoln stays in the bone.
Lincoln County used, like we talked about at halftime, 18 minutes of the first half clock.
This time the give is to Phillips on the right side. Breaks a couple tackles out past the 35. First down yardage. Bluegrass Drugstore first down for Micah Phillips as he's able to pick up 6 yards, and it'll be first and 10 from the 36.
Back-to-back good runs from Lincoln County. Talked about the line needs to be physical. We've seen that here the first 2 runs of the half for Lincoln County, and the backs also low on a shoulder and fighting for more yards.
First and 10, 9:29 to play here in the third quarter. Pate stay in the bone. Hazlett goes under center. The give is on a fullback dive to Seth Horton. And he's pushing forward. Great effort from Seth. Picks up 7 yards, Dustin, and should have been hit at the line of scrimmage.
No, he was hit at the line of scrimmage, and he a yard loss because Southwestern had played right. But the junior kept fighting, and his line caught up and pushed him for about 3 more yards. I'm telling you, the toughness of the backs the last 2 drives before that has been different from what we've seen so far this year from Lincoln County.
Back under center is Hazlett on a second down and 3. Second man through is Phillips. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain this time. Give some credit to freshman lineman Grady Foster, who's been in there doing a good job at that right guard spot.
Grady's had a great season for Lincoln County here in his freshman campaign.
2 freshmen out here, the Hazlett and Foster. Mikey Griffin will get the troops back up to the line as they look over at Coach Jaggers for some direction. They'll stay in the bone. Double tight formation. Fullback dive. Horton, first down yardage up near midfield. Seth Horton picks up 7 yards. Another Bluegrass Drugstore first down for Lincoln County.
Right when you think that hole is closed up, Lincoln County finds a way to keep fighting through. I mean, Seth busted through that line like he was broke free, and well, he was for the first few yards, and still drug a defender for another yard or two.
There's Jai Henry in there also on the line of scrimmage blocking now as they're rolling double tight here as Hanley and Henry are setting to the edge both ways with Levi Warren over there too. 3 backs, Horton, Lane, and Phillips. 7 seconds on the play clock, 7:20 left in the quarter. Patriots trail 34-0. Hazlett will turn and give it to Phillips. He's wrapped up and slung down for a loss of 1.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Second down and long.
You can't win every battle. You want to win majority of them. You can't win every one. Southwestern on the left side there got through to bring Phillips down, but still, I mean, you're liking what you see out of Lincoln County in their first offensive possession here in the first half. Or second half, I'm sorry.
6:47 left in the third quarter on the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard. Lincoln County trailing 34-0. They've been nothing but the bone here on this drive. They're moving the football with the old 3 yards and a cloud of dust offense. Hazlett will turn and give it this time to Lane. He'll try the left side, and it's swallowed up.
Lane makes a short gain on the play.
2-yard gain this time for Elon. He's having a very good game on the ground, though. Elon leading rusher here.
52 yards rushing for Elon, 14 carries. About 3.7 yards per carry on that.
Third down and 9.
Lincoln County going with a no receiver set, like you said, lining them all up. 2 tights, wishbone formation, power running game.
Patriots will work themselves back to the line of scrimmage after the short gain. It's 3rd and 9. They'll go with a toss this time to Lane, and Southwestern all over that. He's going to lose yardage as Maddox Mink comes flying in, and Lane will lose 2 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 12 now.
Lincoln looks to keep their offense on the field. We may see Brennan Hazlett's see what he can do with his arm here.
Maybe his 3rd pass attempt of the game is 5:13 now on the game clock here in the third quarter as this drive is, if it's doing nothing else, it's eating up a lot of time.
You're over 5 minutes, maybe 5.5 minutes so far. By the time this is snapped, you'll be close to 6 minutes of took off the game time. So if you want to find some success, there it is.
Looks like Coach Jaggers is going to milk the play clock down to 1 and possibly call a builder supply timeout. And that's what he'll do. 4:46 left in the third quarter. Lincoln County trails 34-0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9, Crab Orchard, Stanford. This is Justin Pointer from PBK Bank, the main sponsor of this radio station. We are glad to bring you this hour of local community radio. For news, weather, sports, and local information, you can bank on WPBK FM.
During the good times in life, such as a promotion or the birth of a new baby, who do you call to share in your excitement? You call a friend. During the difficult times in life, such as the loss of a loved one, who do you call for support and comfort? You call a friend. John David and Mary Benton Friend, your friends in funeral service. We also offer a full line of Monument products. Contact us anytime, 365-2670 or 379-2011.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Builder supply timeout called by Lincoln County with 4:46 to play here in the third quarter. Let's see if they leave the first team offense out there, and they will. It's going to be a 4th and 12.
Is this where you chuck it deep and hope for
maybe time for that halfback pass? Play action pass. Hazlett looks to throw. He's got a man, Warren, coming open at the 30. Incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs with 4:39 to play here in the third quarter. Nice pass that time by the freshman, Hazlett to Warren.
That was a good-looking pass. Just a little on the outreach of the hands there, but still
The incomplete pass will give the ball back to Southwestern. Oliver still in at quarterback.
Colin Burton, quarterback for Southwestern. He went out right before that last drive with a couple seconds left.
Inside handoff this time for the Warriors, and that's Braxton Walters. Picks up 6. Second down and 4. Ball placed at the Patriot 41-yard line. Warriors get one more score, Dustin, and it will be a running clock. Second down and 4. Call it 3. No backs this time, empty formation. Oliver looks to throw. It's the quick hitch again, caught at the 46. Good blocking out in front, cut back across the field. He's got some running room. It's Vanover. Finally slammed down by Zimmerman, but he'll pick up the first as he moves it down to the 34-yard line. No huddle offense for Oliver. He's got Hibbard, Colin Hibbard, in the backfield with him. Trips to his right. He'll give it to Hibbard. Hibbard, zone read, gets outside on the right tackle, inside the 30, and brought down at the 26. Colin Hibbard picks up good yardage there of 7. Second down and 3.
Southwestern not taking any time off. Little up, I don't want to say up tempo, but they're not slowing it down by no means. They know what's at stake on this if a score happens on this drive.
Now they'll move Braxton Walters back behind Oliver in the backfield. Actually, Hibbard is at fullback now. Oliver's going to throw. He's got a fade to Colin down at the 2. It's incomplete. Check that. Blake Boland, the intended receiver.
We're going to get pass interference called on Lincoln County.
Penalty flag down in the area of DPI, defensive pass interference. Big target, number 21. Blake Boland is a 6'7", 180-pound receiver.
About as tall as I am.
If you got on your shoulders, I think you guys would be the same height. And it is defensive pass interference. It'll be an automatic first down, and ball will get moved inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Warriors from there. I-formation now. Oliver, 2 backs behind him. Towers gives it. It's outside the Lincoln defender. It's Carter, and he scores. 13 yards untouched for Braxton Walters. 2:52 to play, third quarter. Our score now, Southwestern 40, Lincoln County 0. So the running clock will be in effect for the rest of this one.
And after what we've seen to start the game, 20 quick points for Southwestern. Took them a little bit later to get that running clock than maybe what most thought after you see how this game started. But
this young man's got a big leg. He's a left-footed kicker. It's up and good. 2:52 to play here in the third quarter. Our score, Warriors 41, Patriots 0. You're listening to WPBK-FM 102.9.
Since 1957, Durham's Grocery at 606 Lancaster Street in Sanford has been serving Stanford and the surrounding community with a full line of groceries, fresh meats, quality produce, service deli with homemade salads. They offer money orders and are also a payment center for KU, Atmos Energy, AT&T, and more. For fast, friendly service all the way to your car, Durham's Grocery is big enough to accommodate, small enough to appreciate. That's Durham's Grocery.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with State Farm's homeowner's insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Jason Todd, your local State Farm agent, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can make sure you get the discount you deserve and coverage you need. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Jason Todd, at 365-9882 or stop by my office at 711 Danville Avenue in Stanford today to find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Angie Doolin, candidate for Circuit Court Clerk kickoff here for Moore and the Warriors. Kicking left to right. Going to be fielded by Lincoln County's Gavin Douglas, it looks like, back at the 14. He gets it out past the 20 before he is tackled. Good return there for Gavin. Another youngster, a sophomore. Getting some action here for the Patriots as they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 22. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name our Inter-County Energy Lineman of the Game, presented by Inter-County Energy. And despite the score being 41-0, I feel like the offensive line has played pretty well here tonight.
You take, an exception to the first couple drives. I thought Southwestern won, but after that, they've stalled some good drives. Lincoln County has, especially in their last 3 possessions. They've 8 time, or 8 clock, I should say, and got yardage.
Jedi Henry, Hunter Hanley, Zane Mullins, Mikey Griffin, Logan Lawson, Grady Foster, and Levi Warren all up on the line of scrimmage as they come back out in the bone. Hazlett will give it to Sawyer Horton. Done a nice job at fullback here tonight. He picks up a couple. 1:32 left here in the third quarter. 41-0. Southwestern leads. Patriots have been without quarterback Sawyer Horton here tonight. And the freshman Brennan Hazlett has stepped in and performed well, all things considered. It's a lot to ask of a youngster who's not taking any first-team reps to get thrown into this sort of game with a 5A state title contender in Southwestern. Obviously, I would be skeptical to think that Lincoln practiced running nothing but double-tight wishbone all week, but I'd say that was Coach Jaggers' plan B and C and D. As said, a lot of things have went wrong to make him have to go to that here tonight, and they've done as well as they could with the handoff to Lane. Breaks one tackle, past the 30, pushed out of bounds at the 34. Elin picks up 9, Big E, and that's a first down, Lincoln County. Bluegrass Drugstore first down, and Elin Lane having one of his better running games of the year here tonight.
58 yards of rushing for Elin on 16 carries. Yeah, he's getting close to maybe a career high rushing. I'll have to go back and see what his stats
it's in
are.
That area, I would say you're close with that. Game clock down to 10, and that's going to do it here in the third quarter. On our McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard at the end of 3, our score, Southwestern 41, Lincoln County 0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
This is Sean Slusher, your Shelter Insurance agent here in Stanford. For auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance, give me a call, 365-3143.
At PBK Bank, we put the trust in our employees and know that they are the best to help our customers with all their financial needs. This is Eric Ralston, and I'm proud to be the next CEO of PBK Bank, the People's Bank since 1906. Stop by any of our 6 locations in Stanford, Houstonville, Junction City, Danville, or Mount Vernon to talk with our great staff today. PBK Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Fourth quarter action set to get underway here. Patriots trailing 41-0. They'll be going left to right here in quarter number 4. They're facing a big deficit, but they have a 1st and 10. Hazlett goes under center in the bone. He'll give it to Elin Lane. Second man through. Breaks one tackle out near the first down mark before he's finally brought down. Another 10-yard run for Big E. See where they marked that, Dustin. It's right on the stick.
Oh, that's got to be a
inches.
first down.
Now they're going to motion for the first. I was getting ready to say, if that was Ronnie Hester and Darren Yaden, that's a first down.
Oh, absolutely.
Death Valley.
By 3 yards.
And they'll give them the first. Another Bluegrass Drugstore first down. After the game, we'll recognize our Seaboat Heating and Air Lincoln County Player of the Game. Elin Lane could be on his way to receiving that for the first time this season.
I'd like to see him get about 32 more yards. Maybe all on this drive and eclipse that century mark.
1st and 10 from the 44. They stay in that wishbone. They'll turn and give it. This time it looks like a new face in, maybe Cash Smith.
That's who I thought it was.
And it is Cash. Penalty flag. And it's going to go on Lincoln County. Cash had picked up a couple, but it's going to be
kind of thrown in that area of after the play.
It was a personal foul on Lincoln County. It's going to back them up, and running this sort of offense, you hate to get behind the sticks. And that's what they've done to themselves here. 15-yard penalty. He's going to back it all the way up to their own 29. First and 25 from there. 10-12 left in the game. On the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard, it would be great to move down there and get a Cedar Creek Dental touchdown here as they've been held scoreless. You have a freshman in at quarterback now, a freshman at halfback, a freshman in at guard. Foster, Cash Smith, and Hazlett, a lot of youngsters out there running with the first team O.
Some future. This is going to be your future Patriots.
Back under center, Hazlett will give it to Lane. Lane breaks one tackle in the backfield, now another, and then gang tackled. We'll say no gain that time.
I shouldn't say future Patriots. They are future Patriots, but future stars for the Patriots. Is I guess the wording I should have used.
Second down and 25.
I like to see Lincoln County throw some, quick action, a little screen here, or a little flare-out pass, just something to get some positive yardage for Hazlett. That way it's nothing downfield. It's just something easy to get it going for him here on this final quarter.
Toss this time to Phillips on the left side. Micah gets up the sideline on the Lincoln side of the field. Pushed out of bounds on the 35, picks up 6. Third down and 19 now for the Patriot offense. 8:40 to play in the game. They are trailing 41-0. Bye week next week, and then on the road, Wayne County and Corbin as they have a chance to hopefully heal up, get healthy, and get ready for season number 2, I always like to call it, district play.
Absolutely. And you're in a possibility where if you can capture 2 of the 3 wins, you can host a home playoff game.
Pates will stay in the bone with Hazlett under center. Toss to Lane out on the left side. Good blocking out in front of him. Stiff arms one defender and finally brought down on the 44, picks up 8. But with that penalty, they're still looking at a 4th and long here.
Yeah, and you got to go for it. The game, kind of the situation it is right now, you go for this and pick it up, and hopefully you can continue this drive.
Lincoln County has not been shut out in a football game since the 2018 Death Valley Bowl. That was Spencer Crutchfield's first game as the head man for Lincoln County, so a 48-game streak of scoring at least a point is in jeopardy here with 7:22 to play. Pate's going to go here on 4th. Hazlett's going to keep it, and he's hit in the backfield and tackled at the 40. That'll be a turnover on downs. The clock will keep moving as they switch sides here and give the ball to the Warriors.
Our local internet connectivity is powered by Skyline Broadband, and this game is brought to you in part by Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Michaela King, by the Lincoln County Public Library, by Stanford Waterworks, and by Mary Adams, candidate for Lincoln County PVA.
Oliver still in at quarterback for Southwestern. 6:40 left in the game on the McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard.
For Lincoln County, clock's ticking. Hold them out of the end zone here.
Hand off this time out on the left side. Lots of running room up the sideline. Cut back at the 10. He's going to go. Touchdown. That's way too easy that time for Caden Flores. His first carry of the game is a 40-yard touchdown run, untouched.
That's not what you wanted.
And with 6:09 to play here in the game, Warriors extend the lead to 47-0.
We get to Southwestern sets up for this extra point attempt. We get to see Lincoln County attempt a Ricky Lane candidate for school board point attempt because, like you mentioned, Lincoln County showing a 0 on the board.
Got to get one in the paint if you're going to be able to attempt an extra point. That's for sure, Dustin. 6:09, clock stops on the score. Moore on for another extra point. It's up and good. 6:09 to play in the game. Our score: Warriors 48, Patriots 0. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
Lincoln County Schools is a proud public school district that serves over 3,000 students and employs over 700 people. The school system is made up of 7 different schools and a technology center. The district offers a variety of diverse programs in order to meet the needs of the students and their communities. From preschool to Patriots, kids matter most at all of Lincoln County Schools.
Crab Orchard Elementary, we are Cubs.
Howland Elementary, we are Aviators.
Houstonville Elementary, we are Tigers.
Stanford Elementary, we are Wildcats. Waynesburg Elementary, we are Tigers.
Lincoln County Middle School, we are Eagles.
Lincoln County High School, we are Patriots.
This is Superintendent Michael Rowe. Together, we are Team Lincoln.
Lincoln County Board of Education, every student, every classroom, every day, college, career, and citizenship ready.
Lincoln football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Another Angie Doolin candidate for circuit. New kicker for Southwestern. Looks like they're going to let a lineman kick. It's Elijah Haynes. And he kicks it on the ground, and it's picked up back there by Lincoln County on the 11-yard line. Good return out past the 30 this time. It's R.J. Adams, his first return of the season.
A lot of fresh jerseys coming out on this drive for both teams.
R.J.'s a junior. And that's his first kickoff return for the Patriots. This time they'll start on their own 31. 5:40 left in the game. Let's see if we can finish on a positive note, Dustin. It would be great to move down the field and get a Cedar Creek Dental touchdown to close this out.
Absolutely. I mean, the game is no longer in question who's going to walk away victorious between the two teams. But, you know, find some confidence going into your bye week. A score here could just boast some momentums, even in a situation like 48-0.
So Lincoln will have it 1st and 10, 5:09 left in the game, clock ticking. Hand off to Cash Smith. Cash will have 1 yard.
Short gain on the play. Already makes the stop.
Kind of wish Elin Lane could have found a way to get about 24 more yards today and eclipse that century mark.
Elin with a good night on the ground with 76 yards. 2nd down and 9, 4:35 left. As the Southwestern fans have seen their Warriors put on a great performance here at home tonight against the Patriots. Hazlett still in at quarterback. The freshman has been in the entire way here tonight. Wishbone formation. He'll turn, and it's a handoff to Spiegel this time. There's another freshman running back. Penalty flag comes flying in. His first varsity carry. Flag thrown out on the 37-yard line. Spiegel picked up a couple yards, but it's going to be a personal foul face mask on the Warriors. So you'll add 15, give Spiegel 2 on the carry, and it'll be a Bluegrass Drugstore first down for Lincoln County.
2 more yards rushing and a first down. Like I said, that's a opportunity for you to capitalize. You're now on your side of the field.
Ball now inside Warrior territory, placed at the 49-yard line. 3:30 left. 48-0, Southwestern leads. Hazlett goes back under center. Patriots in the bone. He'll turn and hand it to Cash Smith. Cash runs into his own blocker and then gives the Warriors plenty of time to take him down. No gain. Another fresh jersey coming in, Trace Bryant. Hunter Hanley will check out. He had another nice performance here tonight. Second down and 10, under 3 minutes left in the game. Lincoln County with Phillip Spiegel and Cash Smith in the backfield. Hazlett at quarterback. 3 freshmen back there. It's going to be a toss to Cash Smith over on the left side. Cash able to break a tackle, but brought down after a short gain of 1. Slow developing play that time, Dustin. Didn't give Cash much of an opportunity. I think he maybe could have got the edge if it had been a little quicker.
Yeah, I mean, just you're learning, like I said, on the fly. Even though it's a lot of JV action, you're still going up against some faster varsity players, and that'll come in time. And when it does, that's going to be something beautiful to watch.
2:09 left in this one. 48-0 Warriors. Third down and 9. Lincoln County trying to find the end zone. As we mentioned earlier, have not been shut out since 2018. Some confusion this time at the line. They'll finally get it lined up. One receiver in there, split to the far left. Wishbone formation again. It's a toss to Spiegel. Good blocking out in front of Damon. Pushes nearer the first down mark, and then a late flag comes in. Spiegel picks up 8. Pushed out of bounds on the 41 and a penalty flag. We'll see as they sort things out. It may be a late hit here on Southwestern.
That's kind of the area.
And it is. So the run will be good for Spiegel at his 8-yard carry, and then the 15-yard penalty will move this all the way down to the 26-yard line. So they got a chance here, Dustin. As the ball now marked on the Warrior 26, it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Lincoln County with 2 Builder Supply timeouts, 1:29 on the game clock, but it's a running clock, so that's not enough time to run very many plays.
No, you got to strike quick.
Hazlett back under center. It's a toss to Spiegel again. Same play. He's getting to the left sideline, cuts back at the 20. And Damon still churning, finally brought down, picks up 9. Second down and 1 inside the Warrior red zone for the 3rd time tonight. Unable to punch it in on the first 2 possessions in the red zone. Let's see if they can capitalize here. Only 1 minute left. Lincoln County with a little more urgency back to the line. Hazlett will take it and toss it to Spiegel again. Same play, 1st down inside the 15. He's brought down. Picks up, we'll call it 2. And Lincoln's going to use a Builder Supply timeout with 45 seconds left. They'll have 1 left. We'll keep it here. So Damon Spiegel, the freshman, has came in and had a couple of nice runs. He's
21 yards rushing for Spiegel.
Doing a good job. Lincoln County trying to find a way to score. They're going to have it 1st and 10 from the Warrior 15-yard line with 45 seconds left. If you've joined us late, Lincoln without the services of starting quarterback Sawyer Horton tonight. He was unable to go. Something happened in the pregame warm-ups. And Brennan Hazlett got his first start and has done a good job as a freshman out here against this powerhouse of Southwestern Pulaski. Lincoln County has moved it inside Warrior territory 3 times now. It would be good to see them close this out, Dustin, with a positive and score here.
Oh, absolutely.
1st and 10. Hazlett has Smith, Spiegel, and Phillips in the backfield. He'll take it, toss it to Spiegel. Spiegel breaks 1 tackle, gets inside the 15, and right down there, picks up 2 more. And Coach Jaggers is going to burn his last Builder Supply timeout. You might as well. You can't take it back to Stanford with you.
Nope.
And this is teaching moments for these youngsters. Several freshmen in the game for Lincoln County, and Southwestern also with some JV kids in now, and they're nursing this 48-0 lead, and they're trying to pitch a shutout at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I say, with a score, not being the outcome of, or scoring here is not going to change who's going to win this game, but both teams are kind of got motivated now.
Well,
Lincoln County,
you got pride. These youngsters both ways, they want to leave here saying they scored or they held them.
Yeah. JV can go into practice all next week and say, hey, we scored more than varsity.
I like to see it. 2nd down and 9, 35 seconds left. Lincoln back out. Under center goes Hazlett. He's going to toss it to Spiegel. Going to try the right side this time. Damon trying to get the edge, and he's horse collar tackle at the 16. 25 seconds left in the game, and no penalty flag.
See if they're going to run one more play, or they just going to.
They hurry up. They could get one more in, but it looks like Hazlett's all the way over on the sideline. That's going to do it. No penalty flag. 8 seconds left. Neither team will, or actually Lincoln County won't run another play. Neither team out on the field, both going to their sidelines to meet at midfield, and that's going to do it. Our final score here tonight at the reservation. Southwestern Pulaski has defeated Lincoln County 48-0 on your McKnight Funeral Home and Monument Company scoreboard. You're listening to Lincoln Football on WPBK FM 102.9.
Danville's Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Save more during Jeep Adventure Days at Bob Allen Motor Mall. Hi, I'm John Welsh. Lease a new 22 Jeep Gladiator Sport S for only $329 a month for 42 months. $48.50 plus tax, fees, and first payment due at signing. 10,000 miles per year. Stock C22690. Bob Allen Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
As all our Patriots are gearing up for their fall seasons, let us at Bluegrass Feed and Supply help you get ready for yours. We also carry deer corn and attractants by Evolved Habitats, Lucky Buck, and others to help you become more successful in the outdoors this fall. Stop in and see us at Bluegrass Feed and Supply, 150 Jeffries Lane, Houstonville, and check out our large amount of inventory online at ammograin.com. Go Patriots!
Lincoln Football Postgame Show, presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers in Lancaster proudly support our home team Patriots on the field and off. If you're looking to buy, sell, or auction your property, no one sells it better than Urban Realtors and Auctioneers. Our professional agents can help you navigate the home buying or selling process while taking the stress off of you. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at urvangroup.com. Urban Group, supporting the Patriots and your community for over 50 years.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Seabold Heating and Air provides the heating and air services you need. Heating and air repair, installation, and maintenance. Whether your current heating system needs to be replaced, repaired, or simply needs maintenance, Seabold Heating and Air is the company to call for regularly servicing your equipment before you need emergency repairs, saving you stress and money in the long run. Seabold Heating and Air, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Lincoln County loses it tonight, 48-0 here to Southwestern Pulaski. Dustin Oney has made his way down to the field for some post-game interviews. Lincoln County unable to punch it into the end zone. First time, Coach Foster, they've been held without a single point since 2018. Coach Spencer Crutchfield's first game at Lincoln County was the last time they were shut out.
I didn't realize that. That's
been a long time.
It's been a long time.
And they had chances tonight. You know, the score, I think, got out of hand quickly with the 20 quick points, but Lincoln County kept fighting. They moved the ball inside the Warrior red zone 3 different times, just unable to punch it in. And, of course, when you lose your starting quarterback in warm-ups, no time to get ready for the freshman. Give Brennan a lot of credit. I thought he played huge as a freshman stepping out there tonight, but that's a tough task to ask of anybody.
Yes, it is. I mean, Brennan's really stepped up tonight to be able to come in and do the things that he did and just run the offense. I mean, he did what he had to do, and we were able to be successful running the ball a little bit tonight. So, like I said, we just couldn't punch it in. We was in that red zone 3 times.
Coach, let's look at some stats for Lincoln County. They run the ball 53 times tonight.
Yeah, they had 143 yards. They averaged about a little over 2.5 yards per carry. We were 0 for 3 passing tonight with no yards. Elin Lane led us tonight in rushing with 19 carries for 76 yards. 4 yards a carry, that's a pretty good night for anybody.
Absolutely, and that's one of Elin's better games in his young career as a running back, maybe his best game.
Yes, sir. I think it looks like Seth led us second in rushing there with 7 attempts for 34 yards, and then Micah Phillips brought in 16 carries for 31 yards also. So, it's not a bad night overall, running the ball. Southwestern's, big team up front. I'm sure you talked about how, they are ranked very high in their classification right now. So we played a really good football team tonight.
Absolutely. Give them credit. Southwestern is one of the top teams in 5A, and you saw that here tonight as they defeat Lincoln County 48-0. Dustin Oney is headed down the field. He's going to try to catch up with Coach Jaggers and with our Inter-County Energy lineman of the game, freshman Grady Foster, who stepped in and did a good job tonight, and then also our Seaboat Heating and Air player of the game, which will be Elin Lane, who led the way with 76 yards on the ground. All that and more when we return. You're listening to WPBK FM 102.9.
It's me, Deputy Fife again, and I'm getting ready for the big game this weekend. You know who's missing the action? The folks at Bluegrass Drugstore. Well, they're so busy because folks keep heading there for the flu shots they need this year. Don't you miss the game or miss visiting Bluegrass Drugstore if you need a flu shot. I'll be at the game, watching the action. I mean working. Yeah, working. Just like those folks at Bluegrass Drugstore off North 127 Bypass in Danville.
Since 1957, Durham's Grocery at 606 Lancaster Street in Sanford has been serving Sanford and the surrounding community with a full line of groceries, fresh meats, quality produce, and a full-service deli with homemade salads. They offer money orders and are also a payment center for KU, Atmos Energy, AT&T, and more. For fast, friendly service all the way to your car, Durham's Grocery is big enough to accommodate, small enough to appreciate. That's Durham's Grocery.
Lincoln Football Postgame Show, presented by Pepsi Cola of Somerset, proud sponsor of area high school sports.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction in Lancaster will make your dreams come true. Broker and owner Deonica Asbury and her team are ready to help you reach the real estate finish line. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or selling your existing home, navigating real estate can be tough. Let Cornerstone Realty and Auction make it easy. Specializing in Garrett, Lincoln, and surrounding counties, they're your local real estate experts. Cornerstone Realty and Auction, 859-329-8193.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! That means those pregame barbecues with an ice-cold Pepsi? Totally back. Your perfectly placed football-watching corner seat back and comfy as ever. 18 Sundays of touchdown scoring, Hail Mary throwing, ice-cold Pepsi flowing football action. You better believe it's back. And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. And when we say always, we mean always. Like when your lawn is looking less like a lawn and more like a jungle. If the game's on, then the lawnmower ain't. And those gutters you haven't cleaned? Today is not their day. Or maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Lincoln Football, presented by Bob Allen Motor Mall.
Lincoln County falls tonight 48-0 to Southwestern Pulaski. Daniel Foster joins me now here in the postgame show. Dustin Oney is catching up with our Inter-County Energy player of the game and our Seaboat Heating and Air player of the game. We'll go live to him now.
All right, guys, we are now joined by our Inter-County Energy lineman of the game, Grady Foster. Of course, your dad, Coach Foster, coached me when I was about your age. And Grady, being a freshman on this offensive line, it's got to be challenging, but at the same time, got to be fun being a freshman coming in and playing right away.
Yeah, well, most bigger, stronger than me, but you just gotta try your hardest.
And we've got to watch you all season, and the offensive line. We thought tonight, the first couple drives seemed like they stalled out.
new quarterback coming in due to Sawyer being out. But I thought as the game went on, you guys controlled the line of scrimmage, controlled the clock, really gained some yardage, just unable to punch it into the end zone. What do you think, positively what you guys did tonight?
We did a great job driving the ball, as you said, but we still got to watch our backside because that's where the defense kept coming through right there.
All right, one fun question. We'll let you go. Once again, we're with Grady Foster, our Inter-County Energy lineman of the game. Grady, you're a big old boy. Your dad's a little bit bigger. If you guys had to line up against each other, could you block him? Could you keep him from getting a sack?
Oh, no, he's a little old.
So is that a yes?
He might pull something, yeah.
Oh, pull something. Okay, well, he's listening right now, so you might be in trouble, you might not. But, well, Grady, we appreciate it. Inter-County Energy lineman game. We look forward to talking to you more.
Thank you.
All right, now we're joined by our Seaboat Heating and Air player of the game, Elin Lane. Elin, big night rushing for you. It seemed like you were getting a lot of chunk yardage, 10 yards here, 13 yards there, but the thing that impressed us the most on the radio was, you didn't care to lower the shoulder and fight for some yards, even when you should have been tackled for a gain of 2 or 3. You were pushing for 5, 6, 7, 8, even more.
Yeah, it's really just a mentality, You play for your brothers, you play for football, you play for the love of the sport, you play for God, you play for your family. You just got to lower your shoulder sometimes and just go through people.
And then offensively, like we talked about with Grady, a little slow start to it, but, once you kind of get in that third or fourth drive and then really throughout the game, I thought the offense, rushing-wise, really made an impact.
Yeah, well, the Sawyer being out, we had a lot of change up, and, it's just hard, but we started getting to it, and we started getting our minds right, and we started really pushing the ball really good against this team. All
right, Elin, we'll ask you one more, and then we'll let you go. Same thing I asked with Grady. Your dad's an athlete. We know him well. Can he tackle you?
He's pretty quick, but I think I'd truck him. He's a little.
Well, Elin, congratulations. Our Seaboat Heating and Air, Elin Lane, the junior for Lincoln County. Congratulations. Joined by head coach Josh Jaggers after Lincoln County takes a loss to Southwestern. Coach, first thoughts after tonight's game?
Thrown a wrench tonight, and I thought we battled as well as we could offensively, even though we got Sawyer, everybody knows, is something of a freak and he couldn't even really stand up until after halftime, just with back spasms a minute. So we had to go to quarterback. I told Brendan after the game, I said, man, there's not too many freshman quarterbacks starting in the state of Kentucky, especially 4A. Starting literally minutes before the game. And we got, we had a good game plan coming. That's part of it. How tough Sawyer is. He's a bull to be playing. Back and, they're a good football team too. I mean, they ain't played in 6 region finals, 5A, and all that. All that's good and well. That's what to happen. But psychologically, I mean, it'd be a fool. Please always look at negatives. I thought we rushed the ball pretty daggone good. We really did. And they got good defense, but we ate us some clock and put together some drives and all that. And only room to go up now. That's what I told the guys. I mean, we need this open week. Had some other guys out, kind of got banged up in JV, and we got this open week coming up before district plays. We're just going to keep working.
You have an update on Sawyer, Coach? Or?
No, I think it's better. It's loosened up some. Kenny Mack did some treatment over there on him and whatnot. Him and our training staff, which is great. He and Ricky did some stuff over with him, but I was just glad to see him up and moving because he wasn't even able to really stand up. it was just in warm-ups, just letting the ball go. And I had that happen one time when I was in high school. I was just doing a typical workout, and it was actually during weightlifting. And I mean, I couldn't move for 2 hours. I mean, I couldn't move. I was actually on all fours, and that was the only way it made me comfortable. Laying down, I couldn't do anything. Standing up, I couldn't do anything. Couldn't do it. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully be back next week or 2 weeks, our next ball game. But, but rather this happen obviously now than in a big district game too. That's what I told the guys. I said, a lot of you don't realize this, but you see teams all the time, it might be one. And I told them, I said, guys, we're sitting in the same spot as last year. 1-5 going in district play. Same exact situation. And, I said, now all games matter. Every snap matters. But those district games are the ones that count. Belfry last year went 0-6, when they go on to state finals. Louisville Center, they can get eons. Paducah Tillman some years back, I think went 3-7, whatever. So I said, there's a lot of football left, and the ones that matter are still left on the table. So we're going to get help, get better, and go to Wayne County 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we wish for better results, but like I said, we look forward to district play, and I know you'll get this team ready and prepared to get a week off coming up, and this team's been plagued with injuries, unfortunately, so hopefully get some players rested up, healed up, and we look forward to talking to you hopefully after a win against Wayne County.
Sounds good.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
So that was Coach Jaggers. Had a chance to catch up with Dustin Oney there and talked about the injuries. It was a big part of the loss here tonight, no doubt about that, Coach Foster, as the Patriots fall 48-0. Make no excuses, though. Southwestern came out and executed, played a really good game. Give credit to the youngsters for Lincoln County, especially Brennan Hazlett stepping in like that, just as you heard Coach Jaggers, literally minutes before kickoff.
Yes, nobody, that's hard for anybody to find out that they're going to play minutes before kickoff, but at the quarterback position, it's such an important position on the field. Brennan came out and, he did as best he could his job, and, hats off to him for his performance tonight out there.
Absolutely. Our Seabold Heating and Air player of the game was Elin Lane, a career-high 76 rushing yards, and our Inter-County Energy lineman of the game was Grady Foster. The freshman did a good job at guard tonight, opening up those holes for Lane and the running backs. Lincoln did run for 143 yards, no yards through the air, and held Southwestern to 132. That should not go without saying, as they are one of the better running teams in the state of Kentucky.
It's average over 330 yards a game.
Field position was a big part of this.
Yeah.
And that was set up again by you lose your quarterback minutes for the game. And then, Dustin and I talked about you're also down two of probably your top three halfbacks. With Gar would have been your starter. He's not played all year. Reed Curlis gets hurt. A lot of injuries. And a good opportunity for these youngsters to get out there. That's going to wrap up our broadcast here tonight. Our final score from the reservation, Southwestern has defeated Lincoln County 48-0. For Brad Smith alongside Dustin Oney, Daniel Foster stepping in with our postgame show, Philip Smith on video, and Tim Estes back in the studio. We appreciate you tuning in to another Lincoln County Athletics broadcast. If you're traveling home, please do so safely. You've been listening to Lincoln Football on WPBK FM 102.9.
You've been listening to High